Warning: all stories could be completely made up, and we have no way to confirm that. Any and all names mentioned in the show are most likely fake. We at Campfire Moto Stories are not journalists and should not be considered as much. If you're offended by anything said or shown in this episode, we don't care, but we encourage you to voice your opinion so we can laugh at the fact that you can't control your emotions. This program contains full language, and I recommend no one to watch or listen to this.
The views and opinions expressed in the program are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the sponsor, any advertisers, or the sponsor's affiliates, employees, or partners.
Coming to you live from the Claremont Lounge in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Campfire Moto Stories.
Hey everyone, welcome to Campfire Moto Stories. I'm Anthony Bennett, and I'm thrilled to have you join us today for our live show. This YouTube show / podcast is all about sharing amazing motorcycle stories from everyday riders like you. Whether it's an epic ride, a funny mishap, or an unforgettable adventure, we want to hear it all. Today, we have some fantastic guests in the studio who we'll introduce in just a moment, where we'll dive into their riding stories. Plus, we have exciting segments lined up, including pre-recorded interviews, tech tips, spotlight a stolen bike, and stories sent in by you through the website and or phone line. I'll have the phone lines on, so make sure to call in anytime, especially if it has something funny to do with our guests. Lastly, you'll get to hear an awesome story from my 5-year-old son about riding. May or may not be completely made up. But hey, 5-year-old can tell a great story, so can you. Don't forget, you can earn entries into our giveaway by participating in the show. Check out campfiremotostories.com for all the official rules. And by participating in any way, shape, or form, you indicate that you've read the official rules and agree to our terms and conditions. Let's get it started.
They had a meeting.
Another lap around the wall, another request, another call. All I hear is need, I can't reply to all. I feel the strain, I fall behind, I sacrifice my precious time. All I ever get is never really mine. Money versus true
Hey, welcome to Campfire Moto Stories. I'm your host, Anthony Bennett, and I didn't warn you about my dad jokes, but I'm stoked to have you on. I'm stoked to have Brian Stokes on with me today. So thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. It's, I think it was 2 years ago, you sent me a text and said, hey, man, I think I'm going to get this podcast going. And I was like, okay. And I don't think I even texted you back.
Nope.
Yeah. So then that's where we went into, you stalked me at Calhoun Supercross. And
very creepy.
yeah, it was
actually.
creepy. Some guy walking up out of nowhere going, hey, man, are you Brian Stokes?
I literally walked up and was like, are you Brian Stokes? And and actually kind of funny with that is I've got a picture of what led me to realize that you were there at the race today. So, yeah, I'm looking at the results from 30 plus. Oh, look at that guy. Sexy son of a bitch in first place there.
Yeah.
And I look down and I just happen to see Brian Stokes in the race right below me. So I'm like literally looking around like, oh, I like, because we had so many mutual friends, and when we got to talking and stuff, and we realized how many people we really did know of each other. But then I saw the Triumph of the bike, and I remember being like, oh, that's going to be easy to find. The one guy on the Triumph there, because I didn't see anybody else. So.
Right, and I was in the back too, so you had to really seek me out. No, it was cool to see you, and never really met you, and you come walking up, and I'm like, okay, well, this guy's either, I don't know who you are, but do I need to walk away or no? But you were, it was cool to talk to you.
I mean, look at this face. It's creepy, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. So I get why you'd be hesitant.
Yeah.
On it, so I don't blame you one bit. So I always start off with an icebreaker, just in case you're a little nervous or anything like that.
Not nervous at all.
Well, I said just in case. And one of the things that I got, because I always text people, friends and family, to get some stories to bring up. And Melissa Paris wanted me to ask you about the time that she smoked you in New Jersey.
You know, so I will tell you this. She was riding really good that day. She had a cheater bike. Her bike was really fast. I would get her in the corners, and then she would blast me down the straightaways. And no, she was riding good. She's, being Josh Hayes' wife, she gets a lot of pointers, a lot of tips, and So she had a good coach, and yeah, she smoked me. I got beat by a girl. What can I say? I've been beat by two girls in my life: Elena Myers
Yeah.
and Melissa Paris. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to say that because those two girls beat a lot of guys.
Yeah. So Melissa actually said he was so fast, his bike was probably broken or something.
Yeah, I think I was on a ZX6, and we show up, and she's running around, and I'm following her practice, and I'm like, well, she's going pretty good. I'm not worried about her. And then the race comes, and she just the red mist, and I'm like, she's gonna whip my rear end if I don't pick it up, and she did. I don't think she beat me that bad, but I don't remember because I've hit my head a few times since then. So
What was it that Ben said? A minute or a second or a mile, winning's winning? Or
I don't remember.
yeah, something like
I
that.
live life quarter mile at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't, though.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Not a drag racer. So, but
I pre-warned you. My kid gave me a call. Kids are walking their petri dishes of just germs. So
Yes.
you got grandkids, so you know that.
Yep.
Rick Reynolds says, "Hey."
hey, Rick.
So, is that Ryan's dad?
No, that's Rick Reynolds is a guy that he's worked for Triumph Motorcycles for years,
nice.
and he was RM and a super nice guy, great family, and yeah, he's just part of the Triumph family.
So I say that because anybody watching right now, if we actually have a decent amount of people watching, feel free to chime into the comments if you got some story or something you want to bring up. Please, anything embarrassing is always great. One thing I'm actually pretty pissed off about you.
Oh,
Is the most common thing I got back from people is, Brian's such a nice guy. I've really got nothing I can give you. But I'm like, I'm not asking for dirt, people. I'm just asking for like a funny story or like something cool that has happened. Not any like...
Now I will warn you. So I sent stuff out to people today, and I was just like, some people I want to send it to, and some maybe not. I want to send. So there's a guy named Scott Callender from Triumph Motorcycle. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Scott, because he said he's going to come on here and roast me tonight.
Okay.
I'm kind of thinking he's not going to do that because he's a big dude, but I think he's scared to come on here. So other than that, I don't really have anybody that I'm worried about.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
So are you saying that Scott has some stories that could make you look bad?
No, Scott just thinks he has stories to make me look bad.
Okay.
He doesn't really.
Okay.
No, not at all. Not even close.
So let's start with how you got into riding. Usually like I told you, this is mostly about stories and that kind of stuff, but I did want to at least touch on that. And I know that your first bike was this really cool machine right here that I stole from you. I creeped you on your Instagram, by the way.
You know what?
So,
I'll say that.
Yeah, so that's really cool. That's your first dirt bike ever. That's your YZ60, right?
It is. It is a 1979 YZ60, and it's actually, I'm sorry, 50. It is a 50.
Oh.
And with a clutch. Yep. I know people are like, I think the only year they made that bike with a clutch, a 50.
Did you happen to notice my MR50 hanging from the ceiling? Yeah. Because there's not many clutch 50s out there.
No.
Yeah, so that would have been around the same time frame then.
Yeah, and this one runs still. That's my grandson Fisher, and yeah, he was like, they call me Papa Wheelie. That's my name, it's Papa Wheelie. I guess my wife threw that out there and said, just call him Papa Wheelie. He got on that bike and he was just loving it, and I got that for Christmas. My dad took me to it was a little elementary school in the parking lot. So I don't know if my dad didn't love me or what, but he put me on the asphalt first time riding a dirt bike. So what do? I flip the clutch out, just whack, and I'm over backwards. And
you looped out the first time?
I looped that bike out the first ever time.
That's impressive because that's not an easy bike. that. Man, this sucks. I'm losing people fast. This is not good.
Are you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I've never had it happen like this. Oh, now I think it's back. Test, test, test. Oh, it's back on its own. I didn't do anything. Didn't
Oh.
change anything. All right.
All right, we're back.
Yep, and we're back. Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell happened. That just randomly went out.
Yeah, it's probably something I did. Probably kicked some wires or something
Well,
down here.
I disconnected that and replugged it back in. So now what sucks and worries me is I'm going to have to watch it the whole time. Well, hey, look, this is a B-rated show. D. This is D-rated, so we're not that great. Anyways, I think we're back. So
Okay, well, I don't know where people heard our stories. So
yeah,
or-
we there were just a few seconds delay
Okay.
that somebody said. So yeah, we were talking about Brian Raymond.
Brian
on the
Raymond
left there.
yeah, on the left. And so I showed up. I show up at Snake Creek. There's 40 60s on the gate. I think I'm gonna go out there and just show them how to get a hole shot, and I'll loop it out again. Absolutely, just embarrass myself. Ezra laps me twice, and
That
yeah,
fits.
we're still good.
Yeah. I'm just
Oh, okay. A little nervous now.
Now, well, I've got the camera on you, so I'm just checking things.
All right.
Yeah, Jess says it's your fault. So
No, it is. Yeah. Well, after the first humiliation that I had at Snake Creek, I picked it up, and started getting the starts right, and then that was what I was. And if nothing else, I'd get the start. I would hole shot pretty much every race, and then a couple of corners into it, I'd get passed by a couple of people, and then started to pick it up, and still never caught Ezra. And
no,
he's he's a dork, but anyway, he's
what 17-time Supercross winner? Right, something
he's
like
had a
that?
few.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got lucky.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, the whole thing with the motocross, I started off. I did it for from '84 to '94. Actually, in '91 turned pro. Did a couple attempts at supercrosses. I'd run the A class at some of the all the local tracks and all that. Went to Ponca City for the nationals. And
How was that back then? Like I've always wondered the
Ponca City?
Poncas, yeah, nationals and stuff.
It wasn't quite Loretta's, but I lined up with Brian Deegan, Corey Keeney, a lot of
Corey
the
Keeney, that's
Corey
a name I
Keeney.
haven't thought about for a while.
right.
Yeah.
So I ended up that same year that I went out and I finished third in the first moto and ninth in the second moto. And I go to Etchacani, and some guy comes up to me. It's like, "Hey man, look, I've got a magazine I want to show you." I'm like, "Okay."
Joey.
No, it wasn't. I don't remember who it was. And they come up to me and they're like, "Look," and it was a full color page in Motocross Action of me and Corey Keeney.
Oh,
And I was leading him. And it was just like back then I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've made it to the big time now." I get a full page color intro into Ponca City, and it's like, okay, well, how much cooler could it get? But
Yeah.
then I moved up to 125s and got my rear end kicked for a little bit.
Yeah, so Lane Wilson had said that, he was there when you went from the CR80 to 125 pro class, and he said it was very impressive. So-
My dad, we showed up at a race, and I'm sitting there going, okay, well, I'm gonna race the 125C class. Dad says, "I signed you up in the A class. We're skipping B. We're doing this, that, there." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get killed." So anyway,
That's how you get faster.
yeah. Well, halfway through the year, I started to pick it up. I was getting my
Yeah.
tail whipped, and then Sean Dukes and all the Rick Lindell.
I was about to say Rick.
Yeah, all the older guys were whipping me, and then I started to pick it up. So I mean, it worked out. It was fun times for sure.
So Rick called me
Yeah.
actually when I was about to get your food order. I bumped you on accident
Yeah.
while talking to him. So he said, "Yeah, I remember when Brian came up. Man, he was just like an angry bee. He's just real aggressive, and I ended up I sent him off the track one time because it's just like, dude, you need to chill out. So Rick said he punted you off the track just because you rode so angry coming up on him.
Probably at Calhoun Supercross.
Yeah, out Calhoun.
Yeah, so I don't remember exactly that moment, but I do remember I was like, I'm going to beat this old guy. So
Yeah, because he was the old guy,
was
but
the
he's
old
still
guy.
fast.
Yeah, I mean, he was like really fast. There was a set of whoop-de-doos, I call them, or whoops, whatever you want to say. And so I'm on a CR250. It'd been polished and ported. I mean, I don't know why I tried to modify a CR250. And I'm going through this set of whoops, and next thing you know, the rear end kicks around, and I hit whoop number 1, 2, and 3 sideways. And every time I hit a whoop, I was hitting my nuts. Boom, tank. Boom, tank, seat, tank. So I'm laying there. The paramedics come over to me. I can't talk. I've just racked myself so hard. And I thought I was going to die. I thought they were going to have to carry me to the hospital. For the females out there that have never racked themselves because they don't have that, it's very painful. Not childbirth painful, I don't think. But I think I may have beat Rick once or twice, but man, he's like the old crafty, just, he's a veteran. He's like the
he
wolf
knows where you're going to go, pretty much.
He does.
Yes, I remember there was one when I had him on my show. Great show if you haven't listened to it yet. Go back and do it. But he had a video of me trying to get by him, and I literally had to ride the outside of the wall before the last turn before the finish line at Bremen to finally pass him. So yeah, it was fun to get to see that and relive that again.
Well, throughout my motocross thing, that really didn't. I went pro in it, and I did good, but I didn't go to the Ezra level, the McGrath level, and all that.
Yeah.
So I grew up.
Or even the shoe level.
I beat Matt a couple of times, but Matt, he went up in the 125, 250s and did a lot of supercross.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I saw somewhere that heard somewhere that you had done some supercrosses, but it's so hard to find any results.
Well, you're talking back in the 91, 92 era, so
I was 6. Yeah, I was my son's age now.
Well, that means I'm old. Not Lindell old, but no, I'm just kidding. But it got to, I just did the local stuff. And then I grew up in Bremen, Georgia. So the Kellys, so, King, Kyle, and Kevin and all, we hung out all the time. I had a van. I had a Econoline 250. And I drove it to high school. People thought I was a freaking creeper. They thought I was selling candy, puppies. And I mean, I had to get out of this, that when I would, stop it, turn the key off, it'd sit there and go, brr, 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 and I had to turn it back on. And anyway, I would load my dirt bike in it.
Yeah.
Go to school, get out, go to Bremen, and ride all afternoon. So after Kevin, and they would build jumps, and then, hey, I want you to go try this jump. Okay. I don't even remember the length of it. It's a big double they had along the fence, and they put lights up. They're like, hey, we got a great idea. We're going to start night races. I'm like, that's great. We're going to try it out at the jump. First time jumping it at night. Okay. I go up the face of it, and next thing you know, the lights turn off. The freaking generators went out or something, and I'm like in the air, pitch black.
Yep.
I landed it. I don't know how. I didn't kill myself or whatever, but after that, I said, I'm not jumping anything else to get the lights fixed. Because, I mean, it's pretty sketch.
Dude, I've been there in the middle of a night race when the lights have gone off. And it's scary because it's black. Like, there's not some little remnants of some light. Like, there's nothing. It is total pitch black.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's out in the middle of nowhere.
I remember jumping, like, I think the time it went off, I was on the 80-foot table in the air when it went off. And same thing, where I'm just like, it's kind of just like doing this in the air and just like, well, we'll see what's going to happen.
So, and you remember a guy named Mike Goolsby? He was a pro racer. He raced with Sean and I and Todd Neal. There was Todd Neal, Sean, and anyway.
The name does sound real familiar.
So
you got to remember, I only moved here in 07, so a lot of this stuff I missed out on.
So we're out there racing one night. we're the only two really fast pros out there, and we're going over a table. I think it's the big table. You came out of the, if it's the same one, you come out of the left and then jump the tabletop. Well, last lap, Goolsby comes on the inside of me. We go up and he just, boom, he hits me in the air. Next thing you know, and I had this on film. So we're tumbling in the air, hit the ground, kind of knocks me silly. Next thing you know, he picks me up and starts punching me in the helmet, punching me in the face. And he didn't realize that I live in Bremen. I grew up and went to school. Everything. I had so many people there that were threatening to beat his ass. And I mean, it was just like, he about didn't make it out of their lives. So the story gets better. I was working at Freewheeling at the time.
Okay.
He was a salesman at Freewheeling. So I go in Tuesday morning and Jim Brannon, the owner, goes, I need to talk to you for a minute. I went, okay. I'm working in the service department. And he says, I heard you took out Mike this weekend. And I said, no, I didn't take out Mike. I said, Mike took me out and then proceeded to punch me and, try to hurt me even more. And he's like, that's not what I heard. And I said, well, I've got a tape. I'll bring it in tomorrow. And I brought that tape in and he's like, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's, you were right. But me and Mike had some good races. We actually went to Bermuda one year. Jim sent
really?
us,
That's cool.
me, Ezra, and Mike, he sent us over there to do the Bermuda National on Christmas. And
Oh, that had to be an experience. Because you were what age at that time then?
I was 15.
No way. That's really young then to get to go to another country to do that.
It was.
That's
and,
awesome.
You get over there and you're driving on the wrong side of the road and there's a cliff on this side and a coral wall on this side. And we get over there and Ezra's on the 125. Actually, no, Ezra's on the 80 running the 125 class pro.
That fits.
And just whipping them up. And I think I finished second or third to their national guys on 125s. And I actually got an invite from one of the guys that lived there. He said, you want to come over and, stay with me for a month after that. And at the time, my parents were like, I'm not going to send you to Bermuda
for a month.
And the guy obviously, his family had a lot of money. They had a nice house, but I'd ended up fish bait somewhere or something. I don't know.
And there's so many stories too of a lot of those people that are helping put those things on are in some questionable industries. So it's probably a better thing that you didn't.
Yeah, there was, not to go into detail, but there was two guys that lived over there that came over here to race, and they were taking stuff back with them to Bermuda. And they're probably in jail now for a long time. So it's, I'm glad I didn't, because good gosh almighty, I was a straight line kid. Never
What
did
happened? No.
I know exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
never did a drug in my life.
I was like, hey, you want some beer? You're like, no. And I was like, yeah, me neither. I don't want any.
Well, I'll have a glass of wine or beer every once in a while, but I have to drive home and no. So, but yeah,
What? I have a limo outside waiting for
Did
you.
you
What are you
really?
talking about? People don't realize that's the level of show we have here.
Was that what that was?
Did the limo not pick you up?
No.
Did you drive here?
I Ubered here, man.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes here to my house. So, no, I mean, like I said, the motocross thing wasn't my thing. So after motocross, I got out of it. I said, I'll go to college. That was a dumb move.
Yeah.
No. So I went 2 years. I went 2 years in a junior college, and then I was like, well, I'm going to go to X-ray school. Broken a lot of bones. Maybe it'd be a cool thing.
Maybe I can scan some of my friends.
Exactly. Or myself.
Yeah.
So I go to X-ray school, 2 years of that, get out, and I had me and my wife. I'm going to throw under the bus here. I met her in X-ray school. She was getting out, and then I was like, this is not for me. And anyway, we ended up breaking up for, I don't remember, 3-4 months, whatever.
What'd you do? You do. Come on.
I really don't. And she's going to be like, yeah, right. Hey, we had some disagreements on things. And she's like, we just need some time. We just need some time apart. So I'm like, okay, if we're really going to get married, we need to see if this thing's going to work.
Yeah.
So I'm living with my dad in Douglasville, and he's, he sees me down in the dumps. He's like, okay, well, let's do something to get you out and get you smiling again. And so what does your dad do? He goes out and buys me a Honda F3 street bike.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a hooker. Okay.
Well, no, that was next.
I
No.
mean, I guess that's
No.
what I would do for my son. But all right, go on.
So he buys me an F3, and I was just thrilled to death.
F2?
No, it was an F3.
F3, okay.
95. 95
yeah.
F3. Yeah. So
Because 94 was the last year. For
94 was
F2.
F2. Yep. I get on the bike. I'm going around in Douglasville. I'm just, I'm Ricky Road Racer now. I didn't even know what I was doing. Next thing you know, I'm going around corners at 100 miles an hour. I drag my knee a little bit with my jeans.
And then you're like, huh.
Well, yeah. And so I came around a corner one day, and I was like, this is not good. There was a telephone pole and a mailbox, and I'm just like sliding both front and rear, not knowing what I'm doing. I saved it. Didn't go into anything, and I went back to my dad. I said, Dad, I'm going to kill myself. I said, honestly, I want to go to the track and see what it's about.
And once you get to the track, you never want to ride back on the street again.
Well, you don't, but it scared the hell out of me because we went to Road Atlanta and went to the back straightaway. There's people, Colin Edwards and all these people. They were running Formula USA back then, and it was 1,100cc bikes going. They had unlimited, things they could do their bikes. That Fritz Kling and all these people, they're just going like 170 miles an hour over the hill. And I looked at my dad and I said,
into 10A?
Well, it was the gravity cavity back then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when men were men and boys were boys. So, but I saw these people doing it. I looked at Dad and I said, there ain't no way. I said, these guys are they're freaking idiots. They're nuts. So fast forward to, a little bit later, and Dad said, let's go there's a little track called Little Talladega. I'm like, well, that seems like
the first track I ever rode.
Yeah, so we go there. It's Father's Day, and me and Dad are standing on the fence, standing next to this little girl, and this little girl says, my dad's out there. She was probably 16, 17 years old on Father's Day. I'm looking at this racing stuff like maybe I want to get into it, maybe I don't. Well, this, I think it was either the 750s or 1100 class. They come around and guy crashes, like right over here. And next thing you know, helicopter comes in, and I'm like, my dad's a fireman EMT, and he goes, it's not really good. They just shut the blades off. And I looked over there and I said, what does that mean? He said, he's probably not alive if they shut the blades off. That was that little girl's dad. Passed away right in front of him on Father's Day. And I'm sitting there going, do I really want to do this racing stuff?
No shit.
Yeah, that was a tough one. And I really had to look at myself and go, do I really want to do this? So I bought an F2, an F2 road race bike, like already set up from Keith Hoogstad. I don't know if you know Keith.
CKB.
CKB.
Yeah.
Keith sold me a bike. He had good equipment. So I get on this F2 because Dad said, I'm not putting this new F3, I'm not going to put you on the track on that nice bike. So we'll get a little bit,
older, a little more beat up one. Yeah.
Yeah. So
set up for the track too.
Set up, yes. So we get out to Little Talladega and take the Ed Bargy School. And well, actually, let me back up a little bit because a friend of mine, Tracy Polson, took me to a SSA day. So a sport bike track.
Well, SST?
No, not STT.
Oh, STT.
This was SAA back in the day with Stan Dilcher. He takes me to Road Atlanta for the first time on the track, and he goes, follow me. And I'm like, okay, I'll follow you. And he goes out, and he just tears off and leaves me. And so I come around, and I go down through, almost turn 12, and I go off the track, just about crashed. Anyway, that was not nice of him to do that. But anyway, I started, my first race weekend was at Little Talladega. Pink shirt, and they make you wear those stupid pink shirts. But from Ed Bargy,
it was orange when I did it, but yeah
they didn't like us back then. But, so
they really wanted you to stand out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get on the line. I'm third wave. It's raining cats and dogs. I'm not even on rain tires. I'm on
we're
Dunlop.
getting to the Opie store?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna
well,
throw
you're getting
him.
a little bit ahead of me.
Oh,
so
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
You're
Okay.
good. You're good. You're
You want me
good.
to stop?
No.
Okay.
There-
You give me the cue to.
No.
Okay.
I was just like, oh, we're getting into that one already. Okay.
So it's raining cats and dogs. I'm on Dunlop 364s, which if nobody knows what, that's not a rain tire, but it ended up being a good rain tire. It's a solo 20 laps, start third row, go around, and by halfway through the race, I'm leading the race. And I'm coming on the front straightaway, just like swapping back and forth. And I'm like, I didn't know any better. They're out there telling me to calm down. Ed and Mike Duncan and all of them are out there going, slow down. I won the race. And then this guy comes over to me like pissed off. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? He's like, hey, who the hell are you? And I was like, who are you? And it was Opie.
Which is funny. As soon you saying it that way,
Yeah.
I can hear his voice saying it very distinctly how he talks.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I can just picture who the hell are you?
Mhm.
You know.
So that's how I met Opie. But the next day in the dry, he smoked me. I mean, it was, I guess, the motocross background and not afraid to slide and do
Yeah,
all
didn't
this.
you say he told you need to slow the hell down?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the next day it was one of those, he beat me pretty bad. But anyway, so do you have? I mean, I don't want to jump too far ahead because and I
literally
don't want to bore anybody.
You got two in front of me, actually. The
Okay.
first one that I was going to hit on, and as I'm looking at this picture, I'm realizing this might not be the case. But I wanted to ask because I saw your road race bike, and it just clicked to me that it's on this one too. If you were a huge Swans fan, and that's what led into 34, and on that and road racing.
So, no.
No,
And
okay,
no,
that's
and-
interesting.
And I actually, Opie and I and Lee Acree,
Mm-hmm.
we started when Kevin Schwantz started his school. We actually started. We were, helped him out, not instructing per se, but helping him with the schools, riding around with people. Kevin comes up to me and he goes, "Same question." I had 34 on my knee pucks and all that. He's like, "You're a fan, huh?" Or something like that. Like I said, "Don't get the big head, kid. It's not because of you." And
Yeah.
so he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, what's it for? From?" So when I was growing up, and I didn't know if you might find a picture of that, but I was a huge Herschel Walker fan.
Okay. I don't know shit about football or baseball. Whatever
Herschel
it is.
Walker was he played for Georgia, won a couple of, I think he won 1 or 2 national championships with them.
Mm-hmm.
What I liked about him is when he was growing up, he had nothing. I mean, there's a documentary about him, and to train, he had logs, chains, whatever he needed, and he just inspired me. Like I used to have a Georgia Bulldog outfit, and I'd ride my bicycle around, do all kinds of stupid crap on my bicycle and jumps. And I actually got to meet him at one of the national championship games.
Oh, no way.
In
That's
Atlanta.
awesome.
He did a little meet and greet, and so it's funny because I walk up to him. Everybody's in, if he had stuff that he was signing for people. He wouldn't sign personal stuff. I walk up to him and I'm like, "Hey, this is a picture of me back when, I was, wanting to get into motorcycle racing, and you inspired me and this, that, and the other. Keep in mind, there's a ton of people around." And I'm like, "I don't want to take up all your time." So, he's got a little handler on the side. His handler comes over and goes, you can't sign that. You need to move. You need to kind of move on." And Herschel stops that handler right there and goes, "No, I'm going to talk to this guy and I'm going to sign this." So he signed my picture. And,
No way.
and
That's awesome.
so to get to meet somebody that had inspired me to train and not give up, be a better person. Now he had his bugaboos through his career, but because he had some mental stuff going on. But other than that, he's been a solid guy.
Yeah.
So that's where I got 34 from. And because I mean, if you think about it, 34 was Kevin Schwantz.
Mm-hmm.
I think Wes Cooley. Was it Wes Cooley had 34? And Michael Barnes.
Yeah.
Barney had 34. So the cool thing about me and Barney and Schwantz, my wrist, all our wrist, we have broke the scaphoid, the same one. And so we all have the wrist injury, the doom. And so we all got talking about that one day. It's like, oh, the 34 curse. So that's what we call it, the, breaking the scaphoid.
Well, I've broken it 3 times and actually, the last one was New Year's Eve this past year.
Wow. Did your bone die?
No, first time I broke it was in 2011, and then I broke it again in 21, and then I broke it on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
I've never ran 34, so maybe I need to. If I would have ran 34, I would have only broke it the one time.
And yours would have died because my bone died.
Yeah.
And they had to go and do a bone graft and put a screw, and I had 2 surgeries. And
Mine didn't die, but I had the screw and 2 surgeries and on 21. So
that probably saved you.
Just not a lot of blood goes to the bone is the problem with that.
Yeah, because the blood goes up and comes back. Well, I broke it at the very distal part of it. So the 3 breaks I had on it, the 2 healed and the 1 didn't. So anyway, don't want to bore you all with that crap. But injuries are not fun.
We're here to tell stories, and
I
that's
know.
part of it. That's part of it.
But I'm disappointed. You don't have a campfire in here, dude. What's up with that? Oh, okay. I wanted a real campfire.
No.
No?
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
It's
Well.
it's
All right.
lit up.
Well, I'll have to take it.
Campfire there. Okay.
We'll just continue with stories.
All right. Well, the next thing I wanted to hit on is like before we got to the Opie story, you jumped ahead on me on was like if you remember your like either the first crash or like real close call when you got on the track, and like do you remember that?
My first crash?
Either first crash or like close call where you're like, oh shit, I about died, kind of thing.
Well, as I told you when I started out, I didn't know what I was doing. So my novice year, little tally again, is my birthday actually, April 13th, and I go into turn 1, and I'm gonna win it or bend it, and I bent it, and I've got pictures of me upside down, head down, feet up, and I'm tumbling across the track right in front because it's a circle. You remember the circle going clockwise?
Yeah.
And Craig Working, I was battling with him, and I've got pictures starting out in just frames. And next thing you know, my head is right beside his tire going across the track. And that was pretty scary. So, I can't, I've had some high speed crashes, Texas World at over 100, probably 120 miles an hour. I was very fortunate with injuries, road racing. Like I had some fingers broke pretty bad, and
Wait, you still have your pinkies? A lot of guys don't.
I do have, but that pinky you see, I get made fun of a lot because that's
the Dr. Evil
Dr.
pinky
Evil
kind of
thing,
yeah.
or that's half a pinky, or anyway. So
it doesn't look like there's very much mobility in that thing.
No, this one and this finger ended up back here with a bone sticking out. Savannah, high-sided in the wet.
Turn 1 or 12?
Turn 7.
Oh, really? So left-hander?
Right-hander. Okay, yeah, maybe they consider that 8. So where you come on the front straightaway, back it up really a corner and a half maybe. You kind of come out of the right-hander and then kind of keep going right. Well, it started to dry up, and the one part where the tree was overhanging on the track, it didn't dry up, and I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah.
And I just hit it on the R6, just flat out. I didn't end up well. And I ruined our vacation. We were supposed to go on vacation right after that.
Oh,
and
probably going to Tybee Island or something, right?
No, we were going to Panama City Beach, and I blew that out of the water. So never lived that one down. Every time I got injured, no joke. So my son's birth, I was in a boot with crutches. Any kind of thing that vacation, I break my fingers. Anytime we had something big come up, I'd break something.
So I didn't just stop making big plans until last second?
Yeah. No, I just, I didn't have a lot of injuries, but I did have, I got some crap and still get crap for that sometimes. But anyway.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's like the main reason why most archaeologists are women, because they love digging up the past. So
they do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how do we go from crashing all the time, breaking fingers, destroying vacations to the 2003 AMA Horizon Award winner? That was really cool to find that and be like, because like to me that's always been prestigious. I actually didn't even know they gave one away for road racing, and yeah, it turns out they did. And then it also turns out there's some other loser that got it the year before you, and I was like,
Yeah,
Did I remember? Did I forget that?
he's a big time loser. I
Yeah,
tell you
that
what,
Opie
that Opie guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So in 02, that's cool. Opie won it, and then you won it. So what? 'Cause I know what you have to do in most cases to get for moto. Win
Yeah.
Loretta's an A class, right?
Right.
So how is the road racing side of that? Like, what did you do to get that?
So they had a race in at Mid Ohio, sports car course, and they had certain races that you could do that were I think it was like 600, 750, and 1,000 super stock races. They had a panel of people, and you'd go out and race. It was me and Matt Furtek, and he was riding for Valvoline Suzuki at the time, and so they wanted to see who was the best person to maybe make it to the next level. So anyway, I went out there and I was like, well, I'll give it my shot and see what I can do. I'm going up against, not factory guys, but Matt
Guys
Furt-
that
I-
are that are supposed to go to the factory short and
well,
soon,
he's
right?
on a Valvoline bike,
Oh yeah.
So he's out there, and then there's a guy named, and this name killed me every time, John Dugan. I was like, come on, I don't know, it just kind of made me laugh. Anyway, so John and we were all racing, and I actually won, I think, 2 or 3 of the 4 races, and there was a guy named Michael Sanchez, and he was in the running for it too, and I was really surprised because I'd raced a few pro races, nothing really major, but it's kind of that next stepping stone where they think, well, this guy's going to go to the pros and make something happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's kind of my understanding of it. Is it's given to the person that they believe is going to go on and make a name for themselves.
right.
And I feel like they were way off giving it to you.
Exactly.
But,
I failed on that one, but
yeah, Samsonite.
Yeah, right.
Way off.
yeah,
You've done all right.
yeah, I did okay.
All right.
But-
So yeah, what?
So I won that, and actually that same year I ended up I raced at Mid Ohio again, and 750 super stock race. I finished in the top 10. So I beat.
Let's see. I got your result sheets right
Oh,
here.
boy.
Let's see. 2003, July 23rd, 24th. Is
You
that
did your
in
homework.
Ohio, Stand
Yeah.
Out Weekend, earned them the it's a Super Sport 600 first place, Formula Extreme first place, Medium Weight Superbike second place, Super Stock second place,
Mm.
an additional podium, Superbike Twins 250 GP, something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the AMA weekend. That wasn't the actual. So I go up against Josh Hayes and Opie and all these guys, and I beat some of the factory, some of the factory riders, and so I thought, well, they may have picked the right guy for this Horizon Award but no, it was a good week. I liked the track. I got along with the track.
Yeah.
So, I throughout my career, doing AMA stuff, I think my highest qualifying was 6th, and I think 8th was my highest finish in Formula Extreme and Superbike. Superbike, when I was running it, my goal was not to get lapped.
Yeah.
Because you had Matt Mladen, Spies, and
Yeah.
Gates, and all these guys. But to finish in the top 10 in Superbike, that was really it's like winning a race for me. So, I mean, that I just found a niche. I found a way in road racing, and I was actually decent at it. So it kind of worked out better than the motocross thing did. I'm glad I didn't depend on it for a career. So, but anyway, that's
So the next thing that I want to hit on,
oh boy.
and I want you to tell me if you know who this is.
Okay.
And, well, don't look at that screen yet
No?
because I don't want it
Okay.
to pop into there because I'm worried it will. Okay, it did exactly that. All right, hold on. Don't look yet.
I'm not
All right,
looking.
I got it over here to where you can't hear it or see it.
Okay.
And I also need to make sure that it will play because we were having that weird audio issue. So let's make sure this is going to play right. Might cut our audio.
Let me preface it by saying now that I'm not racing Brian or haven't been racing Brian, I really like Brian. He's super awesome dude, super nice. But back in 2009, 2008, I mean, just whenever we were racing against each other, I was kind of a dick. and probably shouldn't have been. But one story that sticks out in particular is 2009 CCS race down at Jennings GP. And back then, Kawasaki was paying pretty fat contingency, and Michelin was paying contingency too. So Brian was down there, I was down there. I think there was a couple other people, but we were both on Michelin's, I think, and we were just chasing club money and racing pretty hard. But I only had enough bikes to be able to get, I think, 3 classes worth of contingency money, because you had to have a VIN for each class, and I was signed up for the 4 contingency classes that there were, and I probably should have chilled out, but I was obviously pretty super competitive back then and just in a different headspace. But I remember Brian approaching me about making a deal for one of the races, because even if I won it, I didn't have a VIN where I could get paid out Cali money. I could only get paid out Michelin money. And I kind of snubbed him on it, I guess, and went out and ended up getting DQ'd from the race while I was in the lead because I forgot to put my transponder on. And so Brian ended up by default won the race and got the club money, and I got nothing. And so I guess in a way that was karma. But yeah, that's probably one of the stories that sticks out. And then there was another one at Road Atlanta, I think during the Suzuki Cup weekend or something, but it was Mike Smith, Brian Stokes, and I racing pretty hard. In Open A Superstock class that they had put novices in as well. And I think whenever I was on the podcast with you, I told the story about collecting the guy's handlebar with the corner of my elbow, and he went down hard. It was in that race, and it was battling Brian and Mike Smith. So, good times. Always fun racing against Brian. I was probably a little more of a dick than I needed to be back then. But I guess now that we're not lined up, things change. So, yeah.
Yeah, so reached out to people.
No, Sean Dwyer can't. The reason I say it, because Sean raced at Jennings a lot. He was a Florida guy. Man, I saw Matt and Terry Lynn on one of your podcasts, and they're awesome.
That's so good. It was one of the. It's probably my favorite one to date. I was stoked to have you on, but
Okay, thanks. I'm second best now again. Appreciate it.
Well, my wife was on for that one. It was real special. Whatever. But no, it was cool to get, because I just text him just randomly like I did everybody else, and he sent me this long voice memo. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I had to do some stuff to get it off my phone and get it into here, but I was like, I'm just gonna let him listen and see if it clicks to finally do it. And it's funny to hear him say I was kind of a dick to him, because if you listen to the start, our icebreaker was about how we had a beef for so long, and it really was for no reason. It was stupid. Right. It was me drunk on moonshine for the first time and talking shit to him, and then he talking shit to me, and then we just didn't really hang out much after that.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, in that race he's talking about, the Suzuki Cup race, that boy, and I forgot about that race until he just mentioned it. Thanks, Matt. So
that's what we're here for. We jog memories.
Well, so that was a dyno class. If you don't know what a dyno class is, they dyno your bike. You can be a certain horsepower, can't be over that. Well, GS6R 1000, we went out for practice qualifying, dynoed. I was like 3 horsepower under the limit. I threw a new clutch in it the night before the race. So you know where I'm going with this, I think. The new clutch, the old clutch was slipping a little bit. The new clutch wasn't slipping. So I finished second to Matt. And I go to the dyno. I've got my trophy. I've sprayed the champagne, got the check. And Pat Alexander from Suzuki comes over and he's like, I'm going to take this check back, and we're docking you 3 positions or 2 positions off the podium because you went over by 0.1.
What?
0.1 cost me like $2,000. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? They took the trophy. They took the champagne. Oh, I got to keep the champagne bottle. I was like, I mean, just a kick in the nads.
That's wild.
It is. So, I wasn't mad.
Which is funny because if you think about it, like towards the end, if you'd have just like, like you'd have burnt it up enough for that 0.1.
But I didn't know. I mean, 3 horsepower on a 1000. When you're in the heat of the battle or whatever, you don't really feel. I mean, typically you're not going to feel that. So, that made me think, but it was a learning curve for me because I'm like, well, if I in a horsepower class and I change the clutch, maybe I do something like that where I, burn it up a little bit more, or if I'm even close. But I try to be, 5 to 4 horsepower underneath to where I needed to be.
Yeah.
So, and you never know what the humidity and all the conditions are going to be. Shoot, if it's in the morning, you're going to make more horsepower in the morning. So if it's cooler or but anyway, so yeah, I forgot about that, Matt. Thanks. I'm going to sleep tonight really bad because of that. No,
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's actually watching live. He just made a comment on it. So what's up, Matt?
Matt's not a dick. Matt and Terry are awesome though. I miss seeing them. I think they're back in Georgia now.
They're up near I want to say LJ, but it's north of that. Cherry Log.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do go up to Blairsville some, so I'll have to stop in. He'll have to shoot me his address, and I'll stop in and harass him.
Well, just like Kelly, we were talking earlier, he even admitted on the show he's not that great at texting back. I was shocked that he texted me back right then. So,
Yeah.
Calling me out. So, I have a little note about 2010 Wero Superbike National Champion. I think there was some kind of high prize that you won.
Oh yeah, right.
Did you want to touch on that? I believe.
So,
let's see. I think it's this picture right here. I mean, you had the one check and you lost $2,000, but did at least this one help soothe that? Oh, geez, that's tiny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my wife says.
That one was a good day.
Do you still have the check?
I do. I haven't cashed it yet. So, but that.
Are you like Happy Gilmore the rest of the time?
Yeah, exactly. I'm throwing it in my car, just all this, all the checks I got, I just, they're in the floor and somewhere.
Yeah. So this was like a special deal with Honda, right?
Yes. So that year they came out and for a Superbike in the Weir Nationals, they said, we're going to offer this, $35,000 purse. And, at the end of the championship. So you had to run the whole, you had to run a lot of the championship races, and whoever had the, most points at the end was going to win. So, and there were several people, Tim Bemis Surfer, Lee Acree, Tim Hunt, and some other people came out, and they were like, we're going to get this money. And so they paid like $1,000, I think it was, to win a race. So I ended up winning, I think I won 5 or 6 of the 8 races that year. So I got that money. And then on top of that, I actually won the championship. But it's funny because I had a little secret. And the secret was everybody came out with, they threw a few things on their bikes and everything. But I knew Bob Reichman at American Honda. He built Miguel's bikes. He built, all the factory.
So you were cheating, basically.
It's a super bike class, man. You can do whatever you want.
Whatever.
I could have put nitrous on that thing. No, I'm kidding. So I show up.
It's called NOS?
Yeah,
okay.
NOS. I show up at the second race, and I've got Brembo brakes on it, full exhaust, high exhaust, and all this other stuff. And he had put a cam in it. So he put, the race cams in it. And it's going, boop, 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 boop. And people are going, what the hell's wrong with your bike? And I'm like, nothing. There's nothing at all. So I'm up on the
and see, you could at least been like, yeah, I don't know. I gotta get that looked at.
Yeah, is it misfire?
I'm not sure. That's probably bad.
So I had the lope going on.
Win this,
right? Man, I had them stumped for like 10, and then somebody found out that I'd sent it off to American Honda, and they, Bob sent the head off to Vance and Hines, and he built a full-on superbike motor, but I mean, that class that year, Ben Bostrom came out and ran a race. I mean, there was some heavy hitters, Jeff May, and so I mean, it was a fun weekend or fun series, and then I got the check, and that's about it. You know what I did when I won that?
Went to Disney World?
No. I did something better than that. This is so redneck. So I like hunting and deer hunting. I said hunting because I'm from the South. But anyway, so I leave Barber Motorsports Park. There's a Bass Pro Shop right around the corner.
Yep.
I went and bought a crossbow and some arrows. I mean, spent like too much money. I didn't tell my wife how much I spent, but yeah, I
Is she
spent.
watching?
I don't know.
Should we not tell her?
No.
Don't say it.
Okay.
Well, it's past.
Hope
It's
she
been 15 years, right? You're fine.
Yeah, but there's a 10-year grace period that wives don't forget. So
we discussed this. They're like the reason why they're archaeologists.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Okay.
yeah, they don't ever.
Well, so I went and spent, the good port. Not I spent a little bit on that crossbow. So that's just,
$200, right? Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. No. He has a few $100.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's how I treated myself the redneck way. So
has that Bass Pro Shop actually been there for a while? Because I swear it didn't get built until the past 5 years. For whatever reason, and maybe it's just from the first time I went to Barber to like going and seeing it again. But I felt like that Bass Pro Shop was not. And maybe it's the Buc-ee's that made me realize.
The Buc-ee's. So that check has, and it's kind of funny. You can't see it on there, but it's 10-10-10 is when I clinched the championship. It's kind of faded out.
Oh yeah, but you won't really be able to see it right there. But yeah, so right in there.
So 2010,
and the check is 101. So there's a lot of odd and weird numbers.
It is.
And if anybody wants to steal this check, right here is the routing number, and there's the account number for Weira.
Yeah.
I hope that's actually not the case, and I get in some shit for that.
I hope not too.
How crazy would that be?
Golly. Well,
which, by the way, Matt and Terry both said stop on by, and they're on the way. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. I will.
Text Terry. She's going to respond back.
Yeah, she will. Matt.
Actually, it's funny. I text Terry and Matt at the same time. Terry never texts back. Matt did. So.
What?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
So Terry, I got to know her through with the Triumph stuff.
Yeah.
When she's been around. I mean, like just does cool stuff. She rides all the time. She, just all around. So she probably can whip Matt on a dirt bike. I'm sure.
Yeah.
You think she can?
I think she on a street bike too. Anything motorized, probably.
She probably could.
Bicycle.
Yeah, he's kind of old now.
Yeah. Actually, she's older.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like a fine wine, I guess she can.
Oh yeah. He's more like a malt liquor, is what you're thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Oh Lord, I might not need to go visit them. They're gonna give me crap. But
that's what we're supposed to do, right?
Exactly.
All right, were we going anywhere else down that one, or should I move on to the next bullet that I got?
Let's just go to the next one. Just fire at me.
So, do you have any good stories from endurance races when you were on the Vezra? I almost said it that way, and I was like, yeah. Against maybe an Army of Darkness team?
Yeah, Army. Well, I actually rode for both.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I text Crozier, and this is something he was just like, man, we never really, like, we're against each other. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Crozier.
Mark.
Yeah. It's about his new gig. He's no longer with Parks Unlimited.
Is he still in the entertainment business, the adult entertainment?
Crozier?
Him and Billy Etheridge. He probably don't remember that. The whole thing back in the day before motocross, around motocross.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
Swinging Richards or something?
They probably worked there. They could have worked there. Crozier, man. He was like a stud back then. I don't know what he is now.
Definitely let himself go.
Yeah.
So he's like, man, he's another one where he's like such a nice guy. Man, he's such a chill, good guy. I don't have any dirt on him. I didn't want dirt. I just wanted a funny story. He said, I remember him from Moto, but we battled road racing. He's a hell of a road racer. We did a lot of endurance racing together against each other. Him on Versa and Vezra. Jesus.
Don't say Versa, man. That's not even right.
Look, I'm from Florida, and English is my third language.
Okay.
Yeah, and he being on the Army of Darkness team.
Yeah, I think Mark was he was before or after me because I rode for Army of Darkness for one season. Actually, Josh Hayes rode with us one of the races too. Because Josh, man, he's like a moto whore. Josh rides anything and everything, and if he wasn't doing anything that weekend, he was on, Army of Darkness team in his Valvoline leathers. It's pretty funny. So I ended up racing, and we won the 600 championship. Man, I've hit my head so many times. I don't remember if we were on the team. I think he was before me. I wish he'd chime in if he's listening. And then Mark, it was Mark Young that had the Vezra team. So me, Mark Young, and John Jacoby, and we had the 1000. We ran and the whole endurance thing, and then Billy Etheridge, the one I mentioned, God rest his soul. He passed away recently.
Yeah.
And
Which is funny because I was messaging him the week before about trying to get him in for whenever he came back to the States.
yeah.
So that sucked to hear.
Yeah, we actually, me and Opie, I think, ran a weekend. Opie ran some with him too, but we ended up winning they were called the Dunlop Development Team, and we ended up winning the championship with Billy and Tim Beamasturfer. And so it's kind of funny because all the sprint racers would want to run endurance, A, to get some track time, but, two, to, help try to win a championship. So you having trouble again? Okay.
I was just wasn't sure if you were referring to these kind of pictures of Mark.
Man, look at that guy. Golly. He looks so serious there, doesn't he?
Yeah. What happened?
I don't know. Somebody pissed him off.
There's a stud picture you were talking about.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there he is.
He's a sexy guy, isn't he?
I'd hit it again. I mean, what?
Oh, Mark.
No, I actually was trying to find, because I had that video of him in the DNA commercial.
The DNA commercial.
You hadn't seen that?
No.
Oh my God, I think his wife messaged it to me. Oh, by the way, your daughter said she is in fact watching. So
My daughter's watching?
No, your wife. Your daughter was warning you that your wife is watching.
Oh, Lord.
And Matt is not a malt liquor. Well, he said Mad Dog 40.
Good God.
40-40. Mad Dog 40-40. That's funny. That was good, Matt. I'll give you that one.
Yeah. I hope everybody's enjoying this because I'm having a good time.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
that's what it's all about. Just funny, good stories. Yeah. So I mean, you were kind of going off and telling some of the stories while I was trying to find the video of him there. But yeah, so kids
don't you give me anything, man.
I told you I'm contagious.
Oh, thanks.
So I forewarned you that. I said I wasn't, but I am.
You just said don't kiss you on the mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we don't do that.
No. Okay. Wrong show.
All right. So before we go into some other sides of it, I wanted to know what did you feel caused road racing to die? And it didn't die, but you know what I mean? It was big. And don't say the 2008 housing collapse because I feel it was more than that. So I'm wondering what your thoughts were on that.
So, and I may not be 100% correct on this. It's mostly what I've seen and what I think. But so it was right around 2008, and there was a shift in the AMA, which it became Daytona Motorsports Group.
Okay.
So DMG comes in. I think they did a decent job, but they tried to reinvent the wheel. Well, in racing, you try to go right off the bat and reinvent the wheel. It's not, probably going to turn out well sometimes.
Yeah.
So manufacturers, Kawasaki, Honda, all of them went, you know what? I don't really think there's a place for us here. And man, it just went snowballing. But if you look back through history, which I'm not old enough to see because I wasn't in racing back then, this happened back in the, I think, late 70s, early 80s. The racing stuff, road racing and stuff went kind of took a dive, and then it built back up. So, I think there was some teething stuff, and then DMG went, pretty much they got knocked out of it. And then they got some really good people in there to start running it. and now it's coming back. I think it's coming back pretty
I
strong.
agree. And you know, one thing that I actually think is helping it the most?
What's that?
The bagger class.
Oh my gosh.
Is that not cool to watch?
Yeah.
So I told you, Dave and I were talking earlier.
Yeah.
Cutler.
Yep.
Like he was talking about how he actually is part of the reason why Keanu's part of it or something like that now. I guess.
Yeah. Well, he's running I think they're doing the Twins Cup.
Yeah.
Or it's Twins Cup.
By the way, it's just cool.
Yeah.
Like I never if I'm flipping through TV and I happen to see that, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, these guys are doing what on this bike? You know,
Well,
it's crazy.
What's crazy about it is they're heavy.
Yeah.
They're big, and
But they're still hauling ass on them.
so they were just at Laguna Seca, and the lap times that they were doing in Laguna were as fast or faster when I raced there on 600s back in the day in AMA. And I'm sitting there going, how the hell are they doing that? And so, but if you get up now, I will tell you, when you get up and, go to the track and look at these bikes, they're not stock baggers. I mean, they lighten them up. They've got different swing arms. They've got, suspension, really good suspension. And there's a lot that goes into that bike, but still it's very impressive. I mean, for me, just looking at it, I'm like, I couldn't ride that thing just because it's so wide. But you get in the corner with somebody, one of those, and you start banging bags and everything.
I know,
I'm like,
it's so cool.
to me, it's like the redneck of racing. It's just like, go get a Harley and go out and start banging on each other. So
maybe rephrase that, but
yeah,
okay.
this is not a Dodge commercial. No, I'm kidding. But
is that because I have a Dodge? Is that
do you have a Dodge?
No.
Oh yeah, you do, don't you? Nope. My son has a Dodge, and I'm worried about him.
Doesn't he have kids?
He does.
Was that a cover up? Yeah.
Several people have called it, but no. Yeah. Is anybody text like saying
they're just
my wife's not getting on there going
talking about pigs flying and hogs and stuff.
What?
So I did find the Crozier DNA
Did you really?
thing. Yes.
I want to see it.
All right, you ready for this? This
I
is
am.
really good. I'm gonna have to put it on here and then we'll pause it.
I've been up all night. Sleep regression is hard.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's sleep.
It's a YouTube commercial.
I was about to say, whoa.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get this full screen and then we'll skip the ad. Oh no. Oh shit, wait. I turned off the volume because of the ad thing.
So there's more than one way to score at a race. Hello, ladies.
How was your race?
Excellent.
You gonna take me for a ride later?
Maybe we can share a little DNA.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Maybe I'll see you later.
See ya.
Oh my gosh, I never saw that. That was
the real
cool.
funny thing to that is they got here pretty early. So we actually went to a Mexican restaurant right up the street. And I was like, man, like playing it off like I wasn't able to get a lot of people to respond to me. Same thing I did for you. Reached out to a bunch of people, tried to get some stories and stuff. And Mark's like, yeah, well, I'm just a little worried that somebody sent you a video of me that's a little embarrassing. And I was like, what video? What are you talking about? And he's like, I don't know if I want to talk. I'm like, all right, well, now I got to dig into this. What is this about? And this buddy Nat that was on the show with us, he knew that I knew. And I'm just like I deserved an Academy Award for my acting in that because I acted like I had no idea what he was talking about. I'm pestering him like, no, what is it? Like, try to tell me. And then the icebreaker, the very first thing I played was that. And he was just like, son of a bitch.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I'm glad you didn't hear of that or see it. So you got to see it live.
Wow. That's vintage Mark right there. That's awesome. No, he's a cool guy. He was a border. I mean, he was right there at Going Factory. He was supported by Honda, American Honda, and he was badass on a dirt bike. So and road racing. So it kind of transferred over. So
no, it's kind of funny because I can see a lot of moto guys go to road racing and do very well.
Aaron Yates.
Doesn't work too well going the other way, though. If they just do road racing and then try to go to moto,
Yeah.
a lot of times I don't see it doing that. Now, I'm not saying they're shit. I'm just saying that they're not on the same level that they are with road racing.
Right.
You know? So it's just interesting to see how well that carried over.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was. So kind of going back a little bit, you remember Hillbilly Hills?
oh, yeah.
So in 1988, I think it was, Aaron Yates and Brian Gibbs. You remember though? You know Gibbs' name?
Yes.
Yeah. So they said, this is my last weekend motocrossing. I'm like, okay, what are you doing? They're like, we're going road racing. You should come with, you should go road racing with me. I'm like, I'm good. I didn't even think anything about it. But to your point, they ended up being pretty successful. Especially Aaron was successful in road racing.
Yeah.
So.
So somebody tried calling my phone
Uh-oh.
while we were on, and I had to tell him, like, hold on, call you from the shop phone. Or the show phone. But I got to get his info.
Do we know this person?
I don't.
Oh.
Hello.
Hey, who do we have? We're on with Campfire Moto Stories.
Hey, how's it going? Got Brad Stokes, Brian's little brother.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
I know.
You're related to this guy?
I am related to this guy.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Where are we
Here
going
we
to start,
go.
Brad? You go ahead and start telling stories. Just start making
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
up.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of making it up. It just happened.
Do you want to start on the zip tie thing you texted me earlier, or is there other stuff you've got on them?
Yeah, I mean, I do I work for Olean Suspension, so I've been there 21 years. So I used to do his suspension when he was racing, obviously, working where I was working. So yeah, there was obviously a lot of stories. That one in particular, Summit Point, I think, and Brian can remind me. He was on the ZX10, and he had a zip tie on there, as a lot of racers do, and he's trying to chase this thing down and get it down to the bottom, so to speak. And what he didn't realize is the zip tie couldn't go all the way to the bottom, to the fork bottom. The fork would stop before it would make it down there. So he kept taking oil out, and yeah, it finally found true bottom, hard bottom, and somebody caught a nice picture of him tucking in the front, and you could remind me of the turn, Brian.
I remember that, but I think I told you before I went out, I said, I'm going to go out and I'm going to beat Beamersturfer, or I'm going to win it or bend it. And I bent it for sure. But
yeah, you did.
Yeah, there's little things he left out, like, I'm calling him, and back then he wasn't as much of an expert. He was good, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking you, but he might have left a few things out. Yeah, take another few cc's out. How much do you have on the bottom? I'm like, yeah, I've got this much on bottom. Take a little more out. And so that may have caused a little bit of that. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Not pointing fingers.
Nope. But now you would, you're an expert now, so you can help me out a little bit better.
I look at it as you were his test dummy.
I was.
So
100%.
And probably if he's your little brother, you probably tortured him a good bit growing up, and so it's just payback, and you deserved it.
There you go.
So yeah, I think we're 8 years. We 8 years apart? 7.
That's funny. My older sister and I are 7 years apart. So, Brad, I feel you.
So
I remember getting bloody
are you
noses
the
from her.
youngest?
I'm the younger. Yeah.
Oh gosh. So I'm going to go ahead and tell the story because he's going to tell it anyway. So we were. I was in photography at school, and I needed some pictures, and I wanted some black and white pictures and all this stuff. So we had a nice brick wall at the house. He's got his little members only jacket, and I get him to flip the camera off. We're just like messing around. I ended up like, developing this picture at school, and became a pretty good. And I got in trouble for it later on, I think. And then he keeps reminding me about it. And then the time
Your mom got a copy of it.
That's
somehow.
right. Well, and you know, Brad was a bad influence. We went out squirrel hunting one day, and I'm walking out with a 22 rifle out of the front door, and for some reason I had my finger on the trigger, and I shot through the front door. But we never told anybody. They kept asking who did it. Did you do it or did you do it? Up until about, I don't know, a year or two ago, we finally confessed. So, and I'll tell the last one. Well, the last one I know that was pretty good is me and a friend of mine were like, "Hey, Brad, come over here. We've got some grape Kool-Aid, and want you to try it out." Well, I put about yay much vodka in it and grape Kool-Aid. I wasn't innocent. All these people that say I was the best of the two, but you know,
He's 7 years younger. You're the bad influence here.
Exactly.
It was so funny because he about spit it out. I can't even remember who was it that was with me that did that because I wasn't alone on this one.
Lee Smith.
Lee Smith. Yeah, he was not a nice person back then. Maybe he is now. Maybe he's found the Lord. But anyway, so yeah. Overall, I mean, no, Brad. He, in all seriousness, he's like you said, been with Olin's for 21 years. But he would go to the AMA races when I was racing for Embry, Team Embry, and he was kind of the mechanic grunt guy, doing some suspension, you know, doing little things here and there. And that's when he went into Olin's suspension. And he can tell you, I mean, I'm just gonna let you brag on yourself because I'm proud of him. He's my little bro, and I kind of spilled a little bit before the show earlier today about you doing you were Tony Elias's guy, so you can tell about all that. So some guy named Tony Elias.
This show's not about me. This is about you, right?
No, I want to hear about you.
That's about whoever's got stories that want to call it. Look, this whole show. And anybody listening, if you have a funny motorcycle story, you can call the number at the bottom of the screen, 844-789-2367, and leave a voicemail, and we're going to play it. And we usually do it, or we don't usually. We gave a bike away last year. I'm not going to be able to give away one this year, but it gives entries into winning a prize that I'm going to give away because I just want the average person to be able to share a story because stories are the best part. And there's billions of them out there, motorcycle related. So.
Yeah.
Multi-billions.
So I mean, obviously working for Olin's for 21 years, I was on the road race side of things, and still continue to this day to go to the racetrack and work with teams. I heard y'all talking about the bagger racing stuff, and you know we've got our technicians working directly with those guys. I work side by side. Heck, we have to change stuff on the fork for that new race replica that they have. So probably my hands have touched every one of those forks before they were put on those bikes. So, you know, and I've done everything from working with factory Buell team with Danny Eslick and that whole 1190 RS project. That was me working with the race team, and we hand built those forks in-house in Hendersonville, where Olin's is located. And I was fortunate enough to contract with Yoshimura Suzuki, and I believe it was 2015, and Tony wasn't quite there yet. We had Jake Lewis and Roger Hayden, and Jake got hurt on a dirt bike, I think, training.
Damn dirt bikes, man. I stay off.
Yeah, me too.
So, so they brought Tony in, and it was supposed to just be a fill-in. Well, all of a sudden, he started doing real good, right? And so they were like, well, we want you to stay for the next year, and that's when we got the Yoshimura Spec Super Lights, and then it was on. That's when we went and kicked butt in 2017, won the championship. It's kind of cool. One of the things I got from that was the team award for New Jersey, and they sent me up on stage to accept the team award.
They just felt sorry for you.
Yeah. Hey, don't.
Yeah.
He's just upset because he got beat by a chick at that New Jersey track.
Hey, that's
so.
a different track. I was on the north car. I was on the other track, not that
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, so-
Whatever.
Excuses.
Yep. I didn't have the right setup in my suspension. Thanks, bro. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a story about that too. We'll get into in a minute.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, then I ran the road race program at the same time I was doing the Yost program or contract, and yeah, years and years and years of doing that, and I had kids. I stepped back in 19, said I want to stay at home, and so I continued to work in house, and I'd go to, like this year I've gone to 4 races. So I still, keep my foot in it, and if they have a contract for next year, I may get back into it full time. I don't know. We'll see.
That'd be cool.
So,
It's kind of funny because you actually brought up a pretty funny story with the Olins related, just talking about stuff. So I'm sure you know Tim, right? Does like
Tim,
with the Olins.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I bought a 2019 YZ450 and it had Olin's front and rear suspension, and it came with the stock stuff. I actually bought the bike to switch it and sold the bike. This was like COVID time, so you couldn't get it. I couldn't get a new bike, even with my wife working at Yamaha, couldn't get one. So I bought the thing used, put the stock suspension on, sent it off to Tim. He calls me up and goes, "Where did you get this from?" And I said, "I got this from a guy." Told him where from. I said, "I think I traded him a bike and some money for it." But the guy told me, he said, "Hey, just so you know, supercross suspension's on that, so you might not want to run it." And I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. It's something people say to you, right? Him calls me up and he goes, who did you get these from? And I explained it. He goes, "This came from our 2017 supercross team that we supported."
Right.
And I know because I'm the last person that touched these forks because of my marks that are on these forks. So I know I'm the only one that's ever touched these forks. And I was like, oh, no shit. So it actually was from a supercross bike. Like, because each blow it up, that's kind of like the person that's like, oh, yeah, I race dirt bikes. And, where at? The power line's behind my house.
Yeah, but I'm national champion power line guy.
Yeah. So it was just cool to hear Tim call me up, like, just out of the blue. "Where did you get these forks from?" And I'm like,
"You thought you're in trouble."
Well, yeah, I'm like, "Are these stolen?"
Well, no, I'll tell you what it is there was maybe special pieces and parts that we were testing with supercross guys.
Maybe.
And special pistons, there were race pistons, there were top-out springs.
Are you telling me he took out of the cool shit for me? Is that what happened?
No, here, let me tell you, though, that stuff is so stiff.
Oh,
It is absolutely ridiculous, and no normal person can ride it. So he did you a big favor because you would have hated it.
Oh, yeah.
And you would have said, "Oh, it sucks," because but yeah, he put, depending on what kind of ride you're doing, woods or motocross, supercross, true supercross, how fast are you?
Yeah.
Because it's major damping to run up the face of jumps and big springs.
Oh, yeah. No, I love that suspension. It was on the bike that got stolen from me. So I've lost it. It's gone.
Dang.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things Brad's leading into. I called him up. I had a ZX6. And at the time, Roger Hayden's running a ZX6. And, I'm not really into the suspension stuff like Brad is. And I'm like, "Hey, I want Roger Hayden's suspension. I want you to, set it up just exactly like his." And he's like, "You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it." I said, "Try me. Just send it to me," and this and there. And it was the worst, suckiest suspension I've ever run because we had different riding styles. Well, I was at Little Tally. I didn't brake as hard as Roger to get it down in the stroke like it needed to be. I'm more of a, brake a little bit early and, finesse the thing in the corner, and Roger's hard on it. So there's a lot of truth to that. He just said you wouldn't like your suspension So
he had it set up for Eli and you needed Jet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Deegan. Oh my gosh. Anyway. But we've had some fun times. We used to travel together and do things like that. And we, they're actually coming down Saturday, and we're gonna get on the lake and have some fun. No racing stuff, and we still dabble in it a little bit. We went to Calhoun, and Brad tried to ride a little bit up there, and
He got the
he
big jumps they have there.
Yeah, so he got a taste of the Triumph 450, and yeah, he was it was kind of muddy, so I don't think he really.
Yeah, I was going to say it rained, so it was kind of a mutter, so it didn't get to its full potential, but it definitely was fun to ride.
Yeah.
Well, so if he's 7 years younger than you, and you're
51.
So we're actually really close in age then.
You look a lot older than me.
No, not you and I.
Oh.
Brad and I.
Oh, I thought about
Yeah.
you.
No.
I'm
we're
44, yeah.
Yeah, I'm 40 this year, so.
40?
Yeah.
Dang, young pup.
Actually, it's kind of funny. I raced the plus 40 class at Calhoun the night we met. I'm not 40 yet. I just wanted.
I would have
awesome.
been in your class too, and I could have called you for cheating.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is they had the plus 25 guys on the line with us too, and I beat everybody. So
that's my goal. Like I did. Yeah.
That's who they lined me up with that night, and let me tell you, you would have beat my ass for sure.
That was kind of funny. So Brian and I met before my plus 40 moto.
Yep.
And so when I came back through the pits, I saw you standing there and you were kind of giving me the thumbs up. And I was like, I bet the motherfucker went out there to actually see if I knew how to ride. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Dude, I went out and watched you were good, man. You were like whipping it to putting your butt to the side a little bit off the jump. No, I'm kidding.
The little two doubles up front. Yeah, you need to.
Yeah, you were going really flat, throwing it over
no
and
jumps to go flat. The finish line you can kind of get a little flat on.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, you did good. I mean, there's nobody out there to, no competition for you. None.
Yeah. No, but it was kind of funny when I came to the pits and I saw you, and then you said something like, "Oh, you rode good." I was like, he was checking to see if I'm some goon out there or not.
Dude, you stalked me in the parking lot.
I know. That's why I was like,
I mean, how can I not go watch? I'm like, this guy's sketchy. So let's go watch him. So, and I was there by myself, had nothing to do,
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, I can't think of any dirt on my brother. Well, I could, but I'm not going to tell it.
But this one time.
But this one time at band camp, no. Nah, he's a good kid. He's a lot younger, so I'm a good kid. Yeah. I get him, so it's funny because my son's named Logan and he's Brad. I call Brad Logan. I call Logan Brad.
I switch him up all the time every now and then.
All the freaking time. I'm like, okay, this is not Logan. This is Brad. I mean, I don't know why I do it. I guess because they're such alike. He's like, no, I'm just kidding, Brad. You're not that immature and crazy. But
well, you got any other stories, Brad, or should we hop off?
Yeah, man. Nothing that I can think of, but appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, definitely tell Tim that if you see him next time you see him. See if he remembers that. Text me what he says.
Absolutely, he'll remember. I'll see him. He's off tomorrow, but I'll see him after I get back from vacation. Tim Wilkie, I've worked with him forever, so yeah. So,
yeah, good dude.
All right, have a good one, and Ryan, I'll see you Saturday.
See you Saturday, bro.
Sick, man. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's kind of funny. I completely forgot about that until
It's a
started
small
talking about-
world, isn't
Yeah, it always is. The motorcycle world's so small.
Can you believe somebody's texting me on during the show?
Yeah,
I mean, I got
believe it.
people on here. He's okay. So Scott Callender said, "What's the call-in number?" I mean, really, Scott?
If he's watching it
Are
on
you really?
YouTube,
Are you really watching?
Literally right there.
I know. I mean,
on the
okay,
screen.
listen. I'm going to text it. You tell me what's
Hold
the
on.
call-in number.
I'm trying to. No, I'm trying to figure out how to point to it on the screen. There we go. It's right here.
Okay. He did this an hour ago, so he may have checked out. So what is the number? Because I'm going to text it to him.
It is 844 789 2367. And you remember we started off the show with my dad jokes?
Yes.
There's a dad joke in the phone number.
Is it really? What is
Yeah.
that?
Why is 6 afraid of 7?
Why?
Because 7, 8, 9.
Oh my gosh. Man, I'll tell you what. So,
dude, my kid, I will say a dad joke to him, and he just goes, "Oh, great, another dad joke."
Yeah. Well.
But if I make a poop joke, dies laughing. So
Does it really?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, okay. He said, "Are you still on?" Yes. You must not be listening. All right. So if a guy named Scott Callender calls in, I'm not calling you out, Scott. He's got some funny stories. Scott's a good dude.
I'm sure it'll ring
Oh
through in a
no,
second.
wait, my son. I'm sorry. I don't know if this is appropriate for the show or not. My son's saying, What's the calling number? Are these people?
Well, look, Scott, it's whatever. But
Yeah.
you made the other one, so you're to blame.
Allegedly.
Well, yeah, if DNA
Allegedly.
tests haven't been done. So
Okay, give me the number again so I can text my special kid.
All right, so now I'm going to pick on you now that you're 51. How technology works is you can actually copy the number that you sent to Scott and then paste it into the other number.
That's a good idea. Hang on one sec. Let me copy. People are probably checking out now because
No, they're already gone. We're losing.
Are we really
losing thousands of people by the second?
Great. Oh, my mom says, "Watch what you say. I'm listening." I've told her everything I know.
Look,
except
Miss
that one
Stokes,
time.
you know, look, just calm down. I'll text you later. We'll see each other tomorrow night, okay?
She, you know what she tells me? She said, "I brought you into this world. I can take you out." That's her. That's her MO.
Oh yeah.
Is anybody calling in now?
It's kind of funny because you were saying about the oh god, alcohol's kicking in. I knew I shouldn't have had that beer.
Oh Lord.
No, the different names.
Oh.
Like, I remember my grandmother going through my uncle's name, the dog's name, my cousin's name, and then finally getting to me, like yelling, like Keith, Winston, DJ, Anthony, you know. So, talking about the yelling around thing. So while we're waiting on them to call, somebody else that I had reached out to was Elena Myers. And she said to ask you about her dog Bonneville.
Oh my gosh. Bonnie.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. So yeah, send it.
So this was golly, we were doing the thing with Triumph. I was crew chiefing for with Triumph stuff. And she was over at the house, or actually this may have been before that. Anyway, she's at the house. It's 4th of July. We're shooting fireworks. We get through with the fireworks, and it's a little wiener dog, Bonnie. So we are looking for Bonnie. Nowhere. And keep in mind, I don't know why she did this, but Elena, wink, wink, fell down the steps or twisted her ankle or something because she couldn't walk. Wink, wink. Yeah. There might have been a little alcohol involved.
Because she was drunk.
A little bit. Well,
was she probably 16?
No, she was 14. Shh. No, I don't know who. No, she wasn't 14. But anyway, she lost her dog. We had a fence. We had a daggum thing fenced in, nowhere to go. Lost dog. 12 at night, 1 in the morning. We're calling for Bonnie, and she is yelling in my neighborhood, walking down the street yelling, "Bonnie, Bonnie!" And I'm like, would you shut up? We'll find the dang dog. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, God, neighbors going to start yelling, cussing. Well, she looks up this thing, Find Toto. And I thought it was some bull crap. She paid, I don't remember how much. No joke. The next morning, somebody called, and as a crow's fly a mile away through the woods, somebody had Bonnie from that freaking little Toto thing or whatever. And I'm like, guess it works.
Yeah.
So she found Bonnie, but it scared everybody because, I mean, the dog gone, but the fireworks just set Bonnie off. And yeah, that was an experience. We still talk about every once in a while when fireworks go off. So, but
yeah, E. Rodriguez is typed Bonnie in all caps. So I don't know if they're related to that whole story.
Rodriguez. Oh, Elsa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told Elsa I was going to mention her name on here too. So she works for Triumph Motorcycles.
Oh, nice.
She's logistics. She's a good person. So anyway,
Is that a person I need to logistically hook up with so that I can get on to the test? Oh, geez. Yeah, like they're doing in California for the enduro bikes, like the
you heard about
the media.
that? Yeah, the
tests and
media
stuff.
stuff. No, that's wrong person. She can ship you a bike.
No.
And
I'm good with that too. I lost my Yamaha contract.
Well, I'm supposed to call out her brother Steve on this thing too.
All right,
Steve,
yeah.
if you're listening, buddy, I hope you are. You're probably not, but
Oh, before we get into Steve, did you send 800 or 844?
I don't know. Let's see. 844.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming through.
This is not 800 collect. You remember that?
No.
1-800 collect.
You mean?
Oh Lord, my daughter says don't let Logan get on there. Okay. So yeah, Jeremy McGrath, 1-800-COLLECT.
Yeah, it actually doesn't say it on there. I'm
No?
surprised.
That too. Why don't you take it out and flip it around?
It should be on the front for sure.
Well, I don't guess Scott's listening anymore. Something. He said he was going to come on here and roast me and this, that, and the other.
No, let me get his number. I'll call him.
Here, I'll get his number.
Well, you said you were going to give Steve
Rodriguez. Yeah. Just going to give him a shout out.
Kelly Nunn said something about some old Marmo stories. So did you work at Marmo or something?
Yeah.
Somebody else did. So that's funny because
that's Jessie Nunn's wife, and she's got mental issues. She can't remember stuff. So
we got a calendar calling. Hey, you're on with Campfire Moto Stories. Who do we got?
This is Scott. How are you?
Hey, Scott. What's going on?
Oh,
it only
Lord.
took you 20 minutes to figure out how to dial in. After I sent you the number.
Well, I was driving home from work because some of us don't work half day schedules like Brian does.
Oh, okay.
Wait, half days? I thought you only worked 2 hours.
Don't tell
That
me.
is happening.
I get up at 11 and quit working at 2. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, half the time when I call him, he's on the golf course. So.
No, that was last year.
Oh, was that last year?
Yeah, that was last year.
He's training for Loretta's 50+ class next year, so he's on the moto track.
Exactly.
Can't believe you still have him on talking to him.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually thought you were going to say, I can't believe he's still awake. It's
That is true. I mean, although I am actually older than him, so
a little bit.
Yeah, just a few years. So
yeah.
So you have some trash to tell us about him. So is my understanding of it.
Trash, but there's definitely been some fun Brian stories.
That's what we're here for. Let's have them.
Over the years,
Bring it.
So Brian and I have known each other probably close to 15 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And we started our relationship with whenever he was doing the Salvo Speed Academy, and they were running Triumph 675s at the Speed Academy. So he was the coach, instructor, jack of all trades, did a little bit of everything, and he started supporting Triumph through a lot of different things through that activity. But my funniest Brian story, it's not really trash on him, it's probably more on my wife.
I think Brian might know where you're going with this one.
I do.
So we had done our dealer conference for a couple of years in a row at Barber Motorsports Park. And my wife would do registration there for the dealers and for all the different VIP guests and things like that we would have. And it's pretty, it's a fairly long days. I know I would get to the track usually around 6 or 7 in the morning. I think Brian would roll in around 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, that was me.
I actually thought he was going to say 11. He hit you with 1.
So, it's one of the things that I had the privilege of doing was the track activities, and Brian actually was one of the coaches for our dealers that would come over and get to experience Barber on the track, which if you've ever been on the track at Barber, know what an experience that is. It is the absolute mecca, in my opinion, of road courses in America.
Agreed.
So long days, long nights. We'd always, we'd have to get all the bikes fueled up and get them all put back together because people would drop them sometimes. That happens. And, so we're always in charge of doing all that stuff. So we finally wrap up and we're tearing everything down and getting everything ready to pack up and bring back over to Atlanta. So it was a really late night. Next morning, Brian and myself and my wife and Elsa, who you guys were just talking about, we met at the Waffle House there in Leeds to have breakfast the next morning.
Right by Mill Creek. Where that
Yeah,
used to
right,
be. Yep.
by there. Yep.
I've eaten there before, right before regional. Not a good
So-
idea.
Yeah. So we're all. This is the first time that Brian has met my wife, and we're all sitting there and having a good time and eating some breakfast, drinking some coffee, and my wife apparently had run out of bacon on her plate, and so she just innocently reached across and took the bacon off of Brian's plate. So Brian, being the the gentleman that he is, kind of like, what the hell are you doing? Looking at her like, what is going on? I don't know you.
You don't steal a
That's
man's
my
bacon.
bacon.
Yeah.
No.
So you don't touch a man's bacon.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Especially in the
No.
South.
We've
At a Waffle House. In fact, I'm
So
surprised one of the heftier waitresses in the back didn't come across the counter and take her out. That's
Yeah.
So that was that's one of the many funny stories. Brian has been a good friend over the years. I'm not going to throw out all the dirt on him on your show, but yeah,
Come on.
it's,
Literally, everybody's like, he's such a nice guy. I can't give dirt. Like, I don't want dirt. I want funny stories. But if you got dirt, give the dirt because that's his kids are watching. They need to know he's a real guy.
A funny story.
Oh, Lord.
If you ever want to mess with Brian,
I'm listening.
all you have to do is walk by and look at something that he may have worked on, touch, is going to go race, whatever, and look at him and go, is that supposed to be like that? And then just walk away.
Yeah,
because
you know what? Him
he
and
will-
Opie might be cut from the same cloth because I've done that to Opie quite a few times.
Yeah.
Mess with him.
he will spend the rest of the day and the next day trying to figure out what is wrong.
See, and I figured you were going to go, just look at it and go, huh, and then walk away.
Oh, he could do that too.
I can do that too. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Scott's been a great, he's a great guy to, he's done a lot. He's former military, he was in Iraq, and he's worked on cars, trucks, motorcycles, tanks. He's
Never worked on a tank.
No.
Helicopters.
No.
Goat.
No, they didn't let me work on those. I just got to ride around them.
Yeah.
So,
But no,
yeah.
he was actually when I got started with Triumph, he was the first guy, and he's not. I think you're 6'5", or you 6'6".
No, good Lord, I'm not that tall. But Jed is 6 foot.
That's right.
My
Okay.
son.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
Scott's a big.
6'2",
But Scott's like
6'2". No, there's no way you're 6'2". I could see 5'14", but there's no way you're 6'2".
yeah. But no, he's a big dude. So first time I go into Triumph Corporate, I have to see Scott, and he's intimidating. He really is. When you first meet him, it's like this guy could just pummel me in 2 seconds with one slap on the head. So, but he turned out to be a nice guy, so we'll give him a break on that. But don't piss him off. I've done that once. And when he calls me Brian Stokes or something, he calls me up and goes, I need to talk to you. I'm like, no, you don't. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
I'll talk to you after you calm down, kind of thing.
Exactly. As long as he's not in the same zip code I am, but I can run faster than him.
There you go. You got that.
I got that.
I had a guy that used to work for me. He used to always joke about that. He could run faster, scared than I could mad. So.
Well, no, it's been good. And
no, it's been good. Brian's a good dude. He's very easy to mess with, a lot of fun to mess with. I have the privilege of also working with somebody that he mentioned earlier in your podcast named Tracy Polson.
Mm-hmm.
And Tracy and I sometimes are a little diabolical. We will purposely mess with Brian because we know just how easy it is to spin him out of control.
I'm getting better at that, though.
You are getting better at it. You are getting better at it.
I have a meter in my shop now. It's the BS meter, and it's got Tracy on one side and Scott on the other. And when they call, I just watch it go. And okay, it's BS. It's not BS. Okay, we're good. So, But well, man, I'm glad you got to call in because you sent me.
Yeah, I was
text
listening. I was listening on the drive home from work.
and then you went to sleep.
That thing that you have to do to make money. That
right.
Brian, you don't understand what work is, but it's okay.
Close to retirement.
So,
yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was listening on the way home, and unfortunately, as when you're old like I am, it's hard to see on the screen what the call-in number was. That's why I texted Brian to see what the call-in number was.
That's funny.
I'm kind of buying that, but kind of not. So
no, really legit. Like I couldn't read it, so I was like, "What the hell's the call-in number?"
Yeah, but right after that, Logan my son sends me a text and goes, "What's the number, Dad?"
He's probably watching on TV.
I'm sitting there going, "Are you serious, son? You freaking didn't come from my loins. You did not." I'll get home and Tammy will be like, "Really? He didn't come from your loins?"
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? If she's going to question you like that, you need to question her back.
I do.
Yeah.
Where were you on this
if
day?
She's going to be offensive
that
on the offense
that
about
woman
it.
is an absolute saint because she puts up with him.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, Scott, your blinders over his eyes right now. So
Brian's I don't know how Tammy has put up with you all these years. So.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Well, I'll let y'all get back to telling stories.
Okay.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Thanks for calling in, Scott. I'll probably run into you, meet you now at some point. So we'll actually,
you're
when
welcome
that
to swing by
happens,
the office anytime. Yeah, come on by.
I'll have to bring him to the office because the headquarters are down there in down in Atlanta.
right next to Porsche. I know.
No, they moved.
What?
No, we moved. Yeah, we're actually over.
No way.
We're close to Tyler Perry Studios now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
there's breweries. The breweries over there at West End. They're on the belt line.
Yeah, we're on the belt line now. So.
I mean, that's like the same distance, though.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
far from there.
it's not that far.
It's actually a little closer than the old place.
Yeah. Well, we've been at this for a little bit, so I think we should pay some bills, play some commercials, maybe just let him drain his kidneys. We don't want him to explode. But yeah, Scott, we'll definitely plot against him at some point. Maybe aren't you like doing the whole Calhoun series? Maybe we'll.
I just finished. I wrapped the 50+ championship up, man. Didn't you hear? I'm the first ever Triumph rider on the Triumph 450 to win a championship. I don't care what championship it is. It's 50+, baby. I'm the man.
Do you think he's going to get a brick?
Neglecting to tell you he was the only entrant.
There were 3 in the class, Scott. Come on. Golly. Well, I'm waiting for the UK to call me on. They're going to do these like really cool.
Yeah, you get a brick, right?
I don't know if I get a brick, make it thrown at me.
Like the first.
No, but no, I'm hoping they're going to do it like nice ad and congratulate me and take me over to UK.
It's going to be in Cycle World. And,
I'm waiting on the private jet to come pick me up. I mean, what are you talking
about?
You know, the next Cycle Trader printed ad will probably have you in there too.
I think it will.
Yeah.
Yep. Above the elite swole.
All right, guys. Y'all be good.
You
too, man.
See you. Thanks for calling in, man. Bye.
All right, so we're going to commercial now.
We'll do some commercials. We'll come right back. It won't be too long. I knew your kidney was screaming at you, so
I'm going to run to the lake. Nope. Okay.
You were you were really wanting to fish that thing,
dude. I pull up and I see this like stuff on top of the water a little bit. I'm like, "Where's your fishing poles at?" And you're like, "I don't have any. I don't fish." How can you live on a lake and not fish? Anyway,
look, it's like a 1-acre lake, and I hate fishing. I'll tell you the story of why I hate fishing when we go to commercial break. You're going to love it. So, all right. We'll be right back. Our next segment is brought to you by Hard Knocks Racing. They're a group of dedicated motorcycle enthusiasts since 1998. They're your go-to for Campfire Moto official gear and will soon launch an apparel line of their own. They excel in crafting all kinds of custom decals, like this badass sign behind me, from custom signs to full bus wraps and office customization. In fact, check out this work Anthony did at one of the well-known Japanese manufacturer's office who will remain nameless. They also crafted awards for prestigious events such as the Perry Mountain 24-Hour Race, Mill Creek Spring Classic, Sega Hair Scramble Series, and many more for local racetracks in the Southeast. Check out hardknocksracing.com or give Anthony D'Amico a call at 404-717-2480.
The flow of a track design defines the difference between a memorable riding experience and a challenging ordeal. MX201 track design utilizes the existing terrain to its fullest, generating optimal dirt composition for jumps, whoops, and berms, while significantly reducing the need for imported materials. Each track is engineered for maximum drainage, ensuring not only year-round usability, but enhanced safety and reduced maintenance. Elevation of track lanes, when topography permits, adds technical diversity and promotes ideal riding conditions. The construction process is efficiently managed, from rapid estimation to transparent communication, ensuring both timeliness and clarity for clients. MX201's commitment is reflected in every detail, from grading precision to the integration of challenging yet secure obstacles, tailored for all skill levels. Choose MX201 track design to guarantee a track that performs as promised, adds value to your property, and creates opportunities for safe, exhilarating riding right at home. Contact us today to schedule your consultation.
All right, we're back, and I do have a few little small segments I always like to do, and I forewarned you of one, which we'll get into. So I hope you did think of a tech tip, because these people are probably going to want to know all about your intelligence with mechanics, with all this motorcycle stuff that you do. So if you don't have one, start thinking of that now.
Oh, boy.
But I usually feature like a stolen bike, because like when we were talking earlier, one of the reasons I got the show going was because, well, I blew my knee out, and 3 of my bikes got stolen, and I had insurance money. I'm really pissed I don't have those Olins. Like,
I know.
And I had buddies that were giving me shit like, oh yeah, your bikes were stolen. And I'm like, do you think I would let my bike get stolen with that suspension? That I had literally only paid Olin's $800 to revalve for me?
Yeah.
You know, like the way it worked out, I didn't pay anything for that suspension.
Really?
I sold that bike for what I paid for it, and I kept the suspension.
Wow.
So yeah.
So if you want a quick stolen motorcycle story,
who the hell's calling in?
Uh-oh. You better not.
I don't know if I want to answer this one.
Just answer it. Let's do it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. Hey, you're on with Campfire Moto Stories, and I see a last name of Stokes. Who do we got here?
This will be his son, Logan.
Hey, Logan.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
You know, I was going to get into the end of the show, but we may have actually met at some point or seen each other at some point. And that point would have been 2017-ish.
And where would that be at?
Atlanta Supercross.
Yeah.
The last one in the Dome.
He's got a story behind
Did
it.
I race you?
No, because you were in C class, I think, right? Were you in
Yeah.
beginner? So yeah, I somehow was just looking through, like searching Stokes and finding things, and I happened to stumble across that you were at that race, and I was at that race as well, and I did the year after it at the new one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got a funny story with it as well. No, I was in plus 25 against Matt Shue and Brett Q, and that was the next year of some of the other guys that you guys would know. But yeah, I was old as shit, so I wasn't in D class. I wouldn't be in.
No.
But yeah, so, and I didn't want to interrupt your story that you had. It's just, since I had you on, I figured I'd hit you with that one too. Do you want to get into the story at the Dome?
Shoot. My dad asked me, he said, you want to go race the Georgia Dome? They're about to tear it down. And I said, sure. So we were already racing some stuff at Calhoun, and I wanted to switch it up and go somewhere else. And so we ended up going to Atlanta, and I was a little nervous because this is a different scene. And we had to pay for a transponder, and never had to do that before. And I was like, this is pretty serious if we're having to get transponders and everything.
But it wasn't.
No.
Really, the jumps were as big or smaller than Calhoun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we show up, and we go inside the pits, indoors and everything, and we go to sign up, and my dad goes, you know what, son? He said, if you win this, we'll go to Vegas, because the top winner from every race goes to Vegas at the end of the year. And he goes, I go out there and I qualify second, I think. And I think my dad was kind of like, oh crap, okay. So then I go out there, and the guy I was racing against, he couldn't seem to keep it on 2 wheels, the guy that I was battling against. and I ended up winning the first moto. And then we
because it was like a
went
heat
back, and
and
I
then the
ended up
main.
winning the second one. Ended up winning that. That was my one claim to fame on races besides the Calhoun Nationals.
He's the last gate drop at the Georgia Dome, and he won it.
Nice.
Yeah, so he was like, he's right. I said, hey, if you do this, we'll go to Vegas. We'll let you go out there and do that. Or, what did I tell you? Or, I told you.
Or I could race all the races at Calhoun.
Oh, I told you I'd get you some strippers.
Shoot, I forgot about that.
No, so
But he didn't tell you they were midget strippers.
Exactly. Males.
Even better.
Males.
Oh, no.
So he ended up, I thought you wanted wheels for your truck or something. Or no, you sold
No,
your
I
bike.
sold my dirt bike. The stupidest thing I ever did was sell my freaking dirt bike to get wheels for my truck to impress the ladies.
Yeah, and look where that got. You
got your grandfather now, right? I guess the wheels work.
I've got 3 awesome grandkids, and that's the awesome thing that came out of it. But I can't. I mean, look at him on that. You still have that up? That picture?
Yeah.
He was trying to be like Trevor Lawrence, so people thought he was Trevor Lawrence when he grew his hair out. And when he was a senior in high school, they were approaching him at the golf course, because Trevor used to come to Woodland Hills and play, and he worked there. Logan did, and they were like, "You Trevor?" From the back.
I would have been
like
like,
it.
"Yep."
Yeah. But
I actually got to play golf with him once and teach him a little bit when I worked there.
Yeah, you didn't teach him nothing. I can't believe you let him get on this phone call. He was looking at it going, who is this on this phone call here? Didn't recognize a number, so
it said Tammy Stokes. I knew who it probably was.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
He still pays my phone bill.
Yeah, exactly. So, no.
If I call people, it chose my wife's name.
Okay.
And my last name. So
there you go. But
so funny story with me on that. So I'm sure you probably remember you had the long straightaway, you made a left, went through some rhythms, you made a right, went through some more rhythms, you made a right, and there was like a table step on or a double in like the furthest section, right? So I got, I think, second or third in the heat in the plus 25, and I was pretty pumped on that because there was like some fast guys in there, and I actually was third around the first turn behind Shu and Q, and I was like, yes. And then going through that double on the furthest section, somebody bumped me. I went off the track, and there was still the supercross plywood. And I found out real quick how slippery that stuff is.
Yes, it is.
And it was like, as soon as I was off the track, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get back on. I'm going to lose one position. Wham! I'm on the plywood, and I'm just like, probably how you felt at Roebling Road.
Yeah.
It was like that quick, like up, down. And you're just like, whoa, what the hell happened? So didn't do great. I don't remember what I got. I think 12th or something like that. It was bad. And so later on in the pits, Shu won. And I will say, even though I did bad, I still beat Brett Q. So Brett Q is a big motorsports outlet commercial guy, if you remember, back at that time. And funny thing with that too is I always do really silly sponsors on my fenders and stuff. So like Teen Midol was one of my sponsors on my rear fenders, and he thought that was funny, so we BS'd about it and like while we're lining up or whatever. And so we get done with the race, and I go over to talk to Shu just to BS with him for a little bit, and Brett went over there too, because before Brett lost his chain, he was battling Shu, and Shu was beating him. So Brett ended up walking up to us, and they're talking like, man, that was so fun. Yeah, I lost my chain. And I said, man, you lost your chain? He goes, yeah. I said, you know, I hear BTO Power Sports has some really good deals on some chains right now. And he goes, yeah, but I hear they suck. And I said, well, yours broke. He was just like, I'm such a smart ass to everybody, right? I don't know this guy hardly at all besides seeing him on the commercial. He's just like, fuck this guy.
That's funny.
So yeah, that was just funny to pull that up and see that, and it just brought memories of like, oh man, that was a fun race. Yeah. But man, the next year the track was way gnarlier.
We didn't go.
Yeah, for Atlanta and Tampa, I did both of them. Okay. But yeah, for the first race though, they were way too tame.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that you know, Logan, like How easy were those jumps, right?
They were small compared to the track we had at the house that I would always ride on. They were tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Gene Wilson come out and build a track at my house, and I had a 110-foot uphill double into a 100-foot triple into out of the corner into a 90-foot double.
Did you ever ride Gene's old track?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you ever get to hit the 200-footer?
I hit the uphill step up. The step up uphill?
The one that was like closest to the school, he wouldn't open up all the times, but he had to open up 2 cattle gates. You went down the hill, around the tree. Shu and I were the only ones that could make it. You were 5th gear. Well, Shu was hitting in 4th. I had to be 5th gear pinned. From around the turn, I would shift from 2nd to 5th, full stop. And it was every bit of 200 foot.
No, but
it was safe. If you only went 190, you didn't die. You know what I mean? But to like make the final thing, oh God, it was so big.
So you remember the uphill step up? It was it could be a double or a triple.
Yep.
So me and Frank Mann, you had on last time. So Frank's out there, and so the first lap when I go out from, I went and sat down for a little bit, went back out, and I was like, I don't do all the jumps first lap out because something had changed on the track or this and that. Well, Frank thought I was going to do it. And Frank, next thing I know, I look up and there's freaking, tire right next to my head. And he said, dude, I about landed on you. I'm like, well, don't follow me the first lap. But anyway, his tracks are really good, but they're gnarly.
And what's crazy about his tracks is you're looking at them and you're like, oh my God. But they're actually safe. You know what I mean? Like they're either step ups where if something went wrong, like it's not that big a deal. But you just look at the amount of dirt that he had.
Yeah.
And you're just, because he's got an excavator company, right? Or
I think so.
Yeah.
He has them.
Yeah.
So, but Matt Shoe builds really good stuff too.
Oh, I know. I know. He's one of the shows on the sponsor. One of the sponsors for the show for a reason.
It's impressive, man.
Yeah.
Tell Mom about the time that you went, or tell him about the time you went and got the track built the first time, and it was 2 loads of dirt.
Oh my gosh. So the disclosure here: Tammy's legally deaf, and
your wife too.
Yeah, that's my wife. She's legally deaf, and so
actually, you know what? My wife's not deaf. She's got CRS.
Oh, what is that?
Can't remember shit that I tell
That's her too.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Right?
They must know each other.
Yeah.
So, we've got some dirt we're moving around the house, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting 22 loads of dirt brought in. She thought it was 2. So this truck kept coming in and coming in and coming in. She's like, I thought it was 2 loads of dirt. I said 22. You weren't listening. And she's like, no, I was listening. Ended up being, she don't know this till today. It was probably like 40 loads of dirt at the end of the day, but it's in the past.
Like 22 to 40 is really close. It's not even double, right?
Right, and it was very cheap. It's like $100 a load.
Yeah,
that's cheap.
I mean, that's like $15, right?
Yeah,
with my Florida math. Yeah,
right. Yeah. I mean, we're in the cheap.
Yeah.
So then I had to buy a tractor, and then I had to buy this, and
You didn't want to.
No, I had to.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because we didn't want a bunch of dust and the track being prepped. Because Logan is an absolute prima donna. He likes a fully prepped track and loamy, and so anyway.
Oh, don't even say nothing. I was the one that did all the prep.
Son, we're not talking about this right now. This is not about you.
Well,
yeah. Don't you have something to do? Don't you have kids to take care of?
You got some kids.
No, they're asleep.
Oh, great.
Wait, so he's got 3.
Yeah.
And you have 2 that you know of, right?
That I know of.
So his pull-out game is way weaker than yours.
That's
terrible.
That's the dang truth right there. Good, not alive.
Getting just made a pull out of the driveway.
At some point you go, what causes this, son?
Oh, we found out.
Did you not talk? Did you not have the birds and the bees talk?
I did, but he didn't listen.
No,
he didn't write notes. So, yeah.
Do we need to get? No,
no, don't go there. No, just leave that one alone.
All right, so Logan, you probably have a story in mind that you were thinking of that you would like to share with us. So, what is it that we could bring up right now?
Oh, I was just going to bring up all those times that we were just, me and Dad would battle it out in the yard, and I would just kick his butt
Yeah,
every time.
yeah. So here's how it goes with my kids. This is my daughter Riley and Logan. I'm very competitive with everything that I do. So I would punch
Wouldn't
Logan off
expect
the track. I would go in and run it in on it, and push him out wide, do whatever.
To make him a man, right?
Yeah. This is how
Or
competitive.
her a woman. But
Well,
yeah.
if you see that picture on that thing, it looks like a girl with his hair like that. But we're not going to go there either. But so we're all lining up for an Easter egg hunt at the house. I've got the kids, and no grandkids at this time. What do? I jump off the line, push two of them down. I'm off for
Is it just a foot race or
Yeah.
motorcycles?
Foot race. I'm talking everything I do is competitive. I mean, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell this story because Logan's in high school. He's got his friends over. He's a stud. He's like, man, he's 6'5". He's bigger than I am.
He might not be yours.
That's
Yeah.
I'm waiting on that test to come back. But anyway,
23andMe.
is that what that is? So anyway, we're in the kitchen. His buddies start jawing at me, and jawing. He could take you, and Logan's like, yeah, I can take you. And I'm like, yeah, okay. All right. Well,
I feel like this is kind of almost like he got to experience what you got to experience from Rick Lindell at Calhoun.
Oh, my
like the
gosh.
wits and the racecraft and the just,
So he went in for the kill. We're in the kitchen. He went in for the kill. I went in slowly and grabbed him, took him down to the ground, and next thing I know, he starts to go limp. Like I'm choking him out on the ground. Yeah, you know what? It's all fun and games till they go out and turn blue, and then, I had to let him up. But then after that, he's, he gets up confused and he goes, "Come on, let's go again." I said, "I just showed you." He's like, "That was cheap," because I got him down.
He does all these cheap moves.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my fun story with my son.
Choking him out. Yeah.
Choking him out.
Yeah. This, if you guys didn't know, this show is in Georgia. So if anybody
it's legal.
Yeah. Let's get it go legal. But okay.
We won't talk about the time he took my truck without me knowing, unhooked my trailer, and took my truck to the pizza place to get him and his girlfriend and two others. And we come back and my eyes turned red because he was backing it back up, hooking it back up when I got in the driveway. You're talking about wanting, oh my gosh.
Was he like 14?
No, he was legal driving age.
Oh, what's the big deal?
He took my truck without asking.
Again,
and then 5 years later, I own the same truck.
Yeah, he owns a Dodge. I told you that earlier.
Hey, you're 2-1 right now.
I know,
So-
but I'm worried.
I'll yank that Ford all over Bartow County, too.
I'm worrying about the both of you guys with these.
Wait, is that a
these
Ford
Dodges.
in my driveway right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll come
Go
up
flash
after
the
this.
tires.
Yeah.
All right, Logan. You need to go to bed, son. It's past your bedtime.
I know. I'm getting old.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right.
It's been good having you on here, son.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye now.
See you,
All right.
Logan.
Bye.
That's pretty
Now I
funny.
just need my daughter to call in. They just make a night of it. Don't do it, Riley. So anyway, go ahead and ask questions.
All right, what's the next thing we're
I'm an
going to
open
hit
book.
on? So one thing your brother didn't mention, but he texted me about,
Okay.
is Ben Bostrom turtle brained? I don't know what he's talking about at this point.
So we were in Brainerd, Minnesota. We're out in practice, and Ben's out. So again, factory rider, privateer, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna stay with him for a few laps. Try to anyway. So we went out first lap. I'm still on him. Go out second. Go around second lap, and so there's a lot of ponds around this this track. Well, this turtle. At the time, I didn't know what it was. We're going around a corner, and I'm literally 3 bike lengths behind him, and all of a sudden, guts go just right on my face shield and all over my windshield, and I'm like, "What in the hell?" So I get into the pits, and Ben comes over, and he's like, "Dude, what the hell was what?" It ripped his leathers.
No way.
So then Chris Ulrich comes over, and Chris goes, "Hey, I got some footage," or it's something. it was maybe he had obtained it somehow. This little turtle's just do 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 do, and Ben hits it with his knee and just explodes his turtle all over me, and I'm like, I mean, we laughed about that. I felt sorry for the turtle, but you know, it happens. And then another one, Josh Hayes. I don't think it's the same weekend, but turn one was like 180 miles an hour. You'd come out, you'd go full stick into it, come out, and there were birds around. A bird flew out and hit his windshield. Feathers everywhere. I mean, and bodies, you know, just this whole body of the bird just flew out and hit other riders.
Jesus.
You know, it's not safe.
We got
Totally safe on
turtles.
it.
We got birds. Opie killed a deer.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. It happens. So
It does,
yeah, that's the
yeah.
turtle story, and that was a pretty good one. So
Oh, I actually know what we were about to do before Logan called in. We were going to do some of the segments. And so this is really cool. Let me get to it and pull it up. So I always feature like a stolen bike or whatever because that's kind of what brought this show together. And so I'm going to do the stolen bike one first. Just to do it. Because one thing I always do is there's a lot of different things that I do as far as points with the sending in voicemails, calling in during the show, participating, right? But if somebody helps find the bike that is stolen, I offer 500 entries, which is 5 times more than any other way to get entries for the giveaways that I do. So this bike was actually on the Sorks page, and I saw it, reached out to them. I always have to get permission, and they said, yes, please share it. So if anybody does see this bike on Marketplace, what's the other one? Bring a Trailer, something like that.
yeah, I don't know that one.
There's a bunch of different apps and things that are out there to help find things. So that was kind of interesting to see that. But also there's this one that's not a stolen bike. But would be really cool if we could help her find it. So this person, Natalie, is desperate, needle in a haystack. So about 5 years ago, her fiance's parents sold his bike.
Okay.
And she's trying to find it. So if by some odd chance you happen to see this, again, most of the time it's on Marketplace or something along those lines, reach out to me, DM me. I will get in the right contacts with Natalie. We're going to help her find this bike. But I just thought that was really interesting that somebody is actually actively trying to find a bike that meant something special to somebody back in their day,
cool.
right? I mean, talk about with your YZ50, right? What would you try to do what you could to find out what happened with it if you could?
So a real quick story about stolen bikes is my brother had a did they come out with F5? There was F3, F4.
Well, there was the Hurricane, and there was the F2, and then the F3, F4, F4i, and then the 600 RR and 05.
Right, so it was F4, and somebody stole it out of the carport, and he gets a phone call from the North Carolina State Patrol. Says, hey, I think we've got your motorcycle in here. The guy that stole it went about 2 miles down the road, tucked the front, and it went into the guardrail and decapitated the guy. Yeah. And he had to go down there and he saw the scene and everything, but that guy got justice for stealing that motorcycle. I hate to say it that way, but
I mean,
you know, I can't stand a thief.
Yeah.
So
that's wild.
It is wild. So
I know those courts can be a little annoying.
Those what?
The courts.
Oh yeah.
Fidgeting with it. Yeah.
You'll upgrade one day to wireless.
Not for the good quality.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No.
I don't know anything
about them. And
about
honestly, like, I would like to do the headphones and like the speaker, but like people move away from the speaker and all this other stuff. You've done a few other podcasts, you know.
I've done one. Come on, man.
2.
This is 2 now.
This is 3.
What did I do?
Dirt Bike TV or Dirt?
Oh, Road Dirt.
Road Dirt
with Rob. Yeah.
And then Winners.
See, I'm old.
Look, I do my research, okay? Because I try to make sure I don't overlap too much.
Somebody asked me the other day, they're like, you're doing another podcast? Like, I'm like, yeah.
That was your brother.
Was it my brother?
Yeah, you were texting me.
Oh,
and
yeah,
were
that's
like,
right. Well, somebody else did too.
Sorry. I guess
No,
I'm
it's
the
getting
one that
late,
remembers
man.
this
I'm
shit.
past my bedtime.
All right, so hit on those things. I want to make sure we're not missing any other stuff. Do you want to talk about the Ellaby stuff? But you said something when we were on break about something you were going to talk about, or someone.
Yeah,
So
I
let's hit
mean-
on that because I don't have that in my notes, so I don't want to miss it.
Yeah, so after my racing career with doing the road racing stuff, right before I retired from that in 2010, I was like, I think I want to do some kind of coaching or something like that. So somehow, some way, I reached out to Mark Gerloff. I don't know if you heard of Garrett Gerloff.
Yeah, Garrett. Yep.
So he was 15 years old, actually maybe 14. Anyway, I think he was 14, and his dad and I started talking, and he's like, why don't we go to the racetrack? And he was going to get on 600s, so they found a couple of GSXR 600s. I'll make a long story short. Ended up, Garrett was doing really good, and I was coaching him. I'd go out and ride with him on the race weekends. So I was doing limited. That's the 2010 when I was doing that, and 2011 was my last year. So I would go out, ride with him, coach him, and then the next year he's going to be 16. A couple of years later, he's 16, and Graves Motorsports, the Monster Energy Graves team, picked him up, and they wanted me to recruit chief for him. First race out, we go to Daytona, I think it's second practice session. He goes out, breaks his femur. First race of the year, I'm like, are you serious? So I'm thinking, I'm going to be done. My first crew chief job, I'm done. This is not good.
You're on motorcycleindustryjobs.com.
Right. Well, I had other things going on, but I was sitting there going, this is not good. So Keith McCarty and Tom Halverson, there were some guys that came into the rig, and they're sitting there going, well, Garrett broke his femur. He's going to be out for the season, probably be out for a while. We've contacted Tommy Hayden. Would you be interested in crew chiefing for him? I was like, I knew the Haydens because I grew up with Nikki and Roger and all them, and I'm like, sure. And so they flew Tommy down. Tommy was on the couch. He wasn't racing anymore. So they're throwing him back into the AMA thing just right away on the 600. They flew him to Daytona. I got to meet him. I'm nervous as crap. I'm sitting there going, this is Tommy Hayden's been on factory bikes, won championships. What the hell have I got to offer to him? And super nice guy. I mean, he's like one of the nicest guys you'll meet, real quiet. And so I was his crew chief the whole year. And then at the end of the year, Garrett came back and rode some. And I crew chief for Garrett another year. And then Cameron Bobier, his teammate, he went to Superbike. So Cameron's crew chief was a full-time crew chief. I was flying crew chief. So Cameron's crew chief went over with Garrett. And so that kind of left me, I was like, okay, not going to be his crew chief anymore. So then Elena Myers came along.
Yep.
I was involved with Triumph Motorcycles. And they said, would you want a crew chief for Elena? And I'm like, sure, absolutely. So actually, Elena lived at our place for a year, a little over a year. Met her husband, Dean. Dean's awesome. I'm going to give you a shout out, Dean.
She's 39 weeks pregnant?
I know. I told Dean and them what causes. That's going to be 4.
Really?
Yeah. They're Catholic. I'm just going to. So I hope you are listening. Anyway.
No, they said they were going on a date tonight, or she was going to call in.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, she can't get pregnant again.
That's true.
Yeah.
So she's safe. So I crew chief for her, and then the next year she went to Suzuki, our own Suzuki Thousands, and got a call for Corey Alexander. I crew chief some for him, and then I was traveling a lot. I mean, I'd travel with racing and traveling. I've been 30 plus years.
Yeah,
and I'm tired. You get to doing that so much and missing weekends and. So I got to see my kids grow up, but I didn't get to see my kids grow up.
Yeah.
So anyway, but before that, you're talking about Ellaby.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan, he was with Rockwall Honda and Pegram Racing, and I met Doug through a friend, his dad, and they were like, well, we don't want to keep paying these teams, because you had to pay some of these teams
Yeah.
to get into, good bikes and, things like that. And he said, if we're going to pay for stuff, we're going to do it ourselves. So
Yeah, because a lot of times the teams that you get on and you have to pay for,
Yep.
you have to use parts that you're maybe not wanting to use or might not be the best, because they're paying $10,000 to the team to be a part of the team,
right.
plus free parts.
At some point you don't. I mean, if you're a full factory rider, you're getting the best of the best. Ryan, I don't think was getting. I mean, Pegram did good with them, and Rockwell. I mean, they were doing good with them, but sometimes the mechanical stuff on the bikes, I mean, they just weren't being taken care of by top-notch guys. So Doug said, hey, can we build a couple of 1,000 Suzukis, and we'll just travel around. And we missed the first round because we couldn't get the motors done. Well, Ryan comes out of the gate, man, he was just on fire. He was in,
What year was this?
2008, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. So Ryan comes out, he's on fire, and he ended up, I think he finished 5th in the championship that year, his best year ever, and then he quit. Oh, his dad's like, I think the drive was, so the cool thing about Ryan, he started to go to University of Georgia. College wasn't for him. He went racing. He did really good at racing, but racing wasn't for him. Now he's got this huge medical device company that he's just killing it. And I'm proud of him, because he's, when I first met him, I'm like, he's just this blonde-headed, dumb little kid, Ryan, sorry, dude, but I thought you were kind of special. And, he was just real goofy, and we'd go over their house and, birthday parties or whatever. And, it's a fun family. I mean, they're just open, and I mean, it's a plethora of one son's a doctor, one's a lawyer, and then now him and Bryce have this medical company, device company. They're just killing it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was hoping he'd be on here tonight, but he had some obligations. And
well, originally when we started planning this out was to get him in studio, but we didn't realize he's in California. So
yeah, he's a squirrel still. But anyway, but no, it's throughout my races, I've been very fortunate and blessed to be able to do some things I've done. And at the end of the day, I never made that factory ride, but I did it for a living, and I wouldn't take anything away from it. I had more fun. I had control for the most part. I did ride for, Team Embry, AMA stuff, and Vezra Suzuki some, and Arclight. We didn't even talk about Arclight, but that was my first ever, my first expert year. And to go from novice to the top team and we're for Suzuki, I bombed it. I mean, I was either up front or I was crashing, but
yeah,
I crashed a little bit.
If you're not first,
you're last.
You're last.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, at least for Ronnie Adams, he says you're bringing up so many memories for him. So
yeah. Well, that's what you were talking to me before the show, and it's like people calling in or texting you, and I forgot about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So to remember a bunch of stuff, because I'm getting old.
That's one of the things that I love the most about this is I get done with it with the person I'm doing. They're just like, man, that was so fun.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we've been on for almost 2.5 hours.
Only an hour. No, we're only an hour in. I don't want you to start thinking that Murder She Wrote's been over a few hours ago and you got to go to sleep. But I mean, even speaking of some of the cool things that you've done, I mean, I stole a few pictures.
Oh boy.
And they're like, it's kind of neat, some of the shit that you've got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Norman, I did all the bikes for his Ride with Norman Reed's show. I'd build them.
Yep.
That's at his house in Serenby. And the first time I met him, I go down, he's like, I need to service one of the bikes at his house. And then he's looking around, and he's like, I've got 2 Harleys over here. Can you look at them? Uh-oh, I'm getting a call.
Yeah. I think it's
scam call.
It's a Stokes again. Hey, you're on with Campfire Moto Stories. It might be.
Hello.
Oh gosh, that's my daughter.
Oh, that's worse than your wife.
Yeah, it is. What do you want?
Hey! I just called because you told me not to.
Oh. It's never a dull moment.
I mean, that fits, right?
She's still at home. I mean, she's 20 years old, still at home, trying to go to college. She's going to be a vet
I'm
tech.
in college.
Not right now, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Okay. She's on a little hiatus because she's waiting on some paperwork. So anyway, she's a sweet girl. She loves dogs and cats and walks on the beach. And her boyfriend will not propose to her, Garrett.
Oh my God, Dad!
Garrett better propose to her soon and get her out of the house.
So you want him to propose not because so she'll live happily ever after, and so she'll get her the hell out of
Oh,
I mean,
that's
just
so embarrassing.
what? I love you, sweetheart.
Oh my God.
His name is Garrett Cooey. Anybody out there, send him a text.
Ryan!
Go.
She didn't even call you Dad.
So go look him up on Facebook in Bartow County and
And go text him and tell him to. Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Let's go. Did she hang up?
No, she's still here.
Okay.
Hey, I've got a hookup on some blood diamonds if you want.
What's a blood diamond?
Some what?
The blood diamonds?
What is that?
Really?
Wow.
What is that?
It's like the diamonds that a lot of people died for so that we could have engagement rings for really cheap.
Oh.
You've never heard of it? You
No.
never saw the movie Blood Diamond with Leonardo DiCaprio?
I don't like him.
Okay.
No.
He's so cute.
No, he's not. You know who she likes? You know who her favorite person is? Deegan.
Oh, he's so cute.
D.A. Deegan. I'm like,
Oh,
are you serious?
Hey, Negan. Oh,
D.A. Deegan. I raced with his
He's so
his
cute.
dad, and his dad's just like him.
I never
Anyway.
said that he was smart or
He's not.
anything like that.
No.
I just said that he was cute.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
it.
Listen, this show.
But
What?
I just wanted to tell y'all that I do remember Logan whooping your tail on the track.
We didn't.
I was told to. I
Only
was
if I
paid to say
fail.
that.
What?
I was paid to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a paid advertisement from Logan. All
I said I won't
listen.
see the money.
Listen, I hope people start texting Garrett Cooey, and so he'll get you. He's been toying around with the idea, but not pulling the trigger.
Mm.
I mean, I'm calling him out
Yeah.
on this show that millions of people are
Hey,
listening to.
there is something to the breakup like you had with your wife, though. Have they had that yet?
Close.
They need to have that then, because my wife and I had it. My mom and dad had it. They've been married. They've been together since high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well.
We've been together for 3 years.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
the longest. That's the longest, dude. So, I mean, he is a good kid. He's a good kid, but we're gonna have to have a talk. But,
Anyways, can't believe you brought that up on here.
all right.
Thanks so much.
Yes, sweetheart. You need to go on down the road. It's bedtime.
Yes, it is. I have to go to bed.
Okay.
But, all right. Love you, Dad.
Love you.
Love you too.
Thanks for having me on. Love you. Bye-bye.
Did that go the way she thought it was gonna go?
Nope. That's what I like about being a dad is so cool sometimes because you
Dude,
can just.
you mess with your kids so bad.
I
They
know.
hate it.
I
Yeah,
know.
I know.
I love it.
Yep. All right, so back to Norman. He
Yes,
seems like a
Norman.
super cool dude.
So the first time I meet him, I'm down there. He's wanting me to look at his Harleys and this and the other. He's like, "You want some breakfast?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I'll take want some coffee? Yeah, I'll take some coffee." We sat out there and talked for like an hour, and he's just the nicest guy. And I don't get starstruck. I mean, I didn't with him. It was just a genuine guy. The only person I've gotten, and I'll jump real quick. The only person I got starstruck with was Ryan Reynolds. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and it was just for a minute. I got to work with him on the track one day, and it was just me and him. And it was like when he first walked up, I was just like, I didn't know what to say, and but he was the funniest, just like he is on the movie. He's the funniest guy in the world. And I'm like, okay, well, I can deal with this. So,
something that's kind of funny that
What's
you
that?
probably didn't even put together,
What?
and I kind of hope Kelly doesn't see this.
Uh-oh.
You realize you've kind of been buddies with Blake Lively's boyfriends.
Yeah. Oh.
Kelly and Blake dated.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. When I researched him before he came on the show and all this stuff, they dated in like 2009.
You may tell you how crazy this is. Blake Lively's family, the Lively's, grew up in Bremen. I went to school with the Lively's. Yes. you know, on vacation, the guy Russ on European Vacation. He is from Bremen and Carrollton area.
No way.
Yeah, Blake Lively's from Carrollton.
No shit.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
that's weird.
But he wasn't even supposed to be there. He was filming a movie in Louisiana, and in his contract there was no ride, no nothing. So he's like, "Don't tell anybody." We did a video. I've got a video of me and him riding and talking.
Why didn't you send me that shit?
Dude, you didn't ask for it.
I mean, I asked you for things.
You did, man. I'm sorry. Maybe next time. But back to the Norm. I mean, so I just did the last episode with Norman. I can't tell you who was on the show because it is not out yet, and I'm under.
Oh, is that show still going on?
We just did the last episode a couple of months ago.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was very fortunate. I got to do the last 2 episodes, and they were filmed in Georgia. And but as you see a picture here, Norman's got my crossbow. This is my second crossbow.
That's not the one you won or you bought with the winnings.
No,
the other one. Okay.
No.
So that one's cheaper, right?
Yeah, way cheaper.
Yeah, way cheaper.
I mean,
it's like $50.
$50. Yeah.
You know, one funny thing, my wife wanted a crossbow. I don't know how many years ago because of him.
Really?
So I got her one from Christmas.
So I did. That's funny. So I said, I don't watch The Walking Dead. I never watched it. It just didn't get it. But I watched Vacation. So he's a rapist, truck driver in Vacation. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? So he sees this crossbow in my truck, and can I shoot it? I'm like, yeah, we can shoot it. I set my target up at his house, and we had a competition, and he's pretty dang good with that thing. So
he's probably had some practice.
He has, but I'm going to tell you, this is Norman. I could text him right now. Within 30 minutes, he'll text me back. I mean, I don't want anything from him. He's just a genuine friend of mine. It's,
Can you text him to come on the show with me?
I could. He probably would. But anyway, so my daughter goes with me down there, and he looks just like he does on movies.
Mm-hmm.
Same hair, same everything. So we're walking up the driveway. We get part of his driveway, and Norman comes walking out, and she huddles up next to me and goes, "Dad, it's like the rapist." And I'm like, "Oh my God, don't you say that to him." But he's got a daughter, and I met his girlfriend, and I don't know if they may be married now. But anyway, we just wrapped up a couple of months ago, and he's back to France doing the Walking Dead stuff over there. So
is that still going on?
He did a spinoff over there. Him and Carol. I don't remember her name.
Oh yeah.
So, and I actually delivered a bike to her at her house. She's a rider too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
Yeah, they're all riders, and but anyway. So
it's wild to think about, like, if you were to take a step back, really take a step back and be like, from where you started road racing, did you think you would know these people and be doing these things, right?
No, I didn't.
So it's wild how life will take you if you just see an opportunity and you take it.
I mean, it has been, it's like I think I told you this before. I mean, to see from that start till now and all the stuff that I've been able to be involved with, and I'm sure we're going to get into the movie thing here in a minute.
Yeah.
But, just to be involved in different things, I didn't expect it. But, at the level we were doing stuff at, it
fit.
It fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So we'll, that's kind of the next thing I was going to touch on. There's a few other things which I meant to hit while Logan was here, because I was going to make fun of him a little bit for being D-class, but when I looked you up in AMA for motocross, what the hell, dude? Ryan Stokes,
Georgia,
C-class.
I wasn't C-class.
You got to do something about this right here, bro.
I don't even know.
I'm just saying, go to motocross AMA right now. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's not me.
That's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm in C-class.
do something about it?
Dude,
don't know.
Dude, I raced like 3 C-class races back in '88, and then I went to A-class.
I'm just saying.
I'm calling up AMA tomorrow.
I tried to find some results about that. All right, so
thank you for pointing. I don't even know why it's on there.
I know.
Anyway.
It's just when I saw it, I was like, "What the hell? That's not right." I think that might have been like Calhoun results too in 2017.
The C is for Calhoun.
Oh.
I did. I raced. No, I raced the 40+ class.
That is the results, but that's not C class. So it's weird how it would put you in C class.
Yes. I've got to talk with Shane. Yeah.
So I told you that Dave and I just text Dave. He called me. We talked for like 40 minutes. Dave Cutler.
Yeah.
And we were talking about one fast move, which was really cool, and we'll get into some stories of that. But one of the things that he wanted me to ask you about was Posh going off track in front of you.
Did he go off in front of me?
So apparently Opie was on the camera bike.
Yeah.
Everybody thought that Posh was going to go down. He had some gnarly almost get off, saved it, and then came back in the pits and was very upset because he realized that he wasn't on a race bike. Now is none of this coming back to you?
No. Wait, so all right. Yeah. Go ahead and tell me.
So apparently Posh was under the impression, being on a movie, being on stunt bikes, they're race bikes. They're set up with good steel brakes. They're set up with all this stuff. And Dave was telling me that they even only still had the stock
clip-ons.
Yeah. Everything on the bike was stock except maybe how it looked on the outside to make it look like a race bike. So at one point, Posh went off the track, almost ate shit, saved it, came into the pits really pissed off. But he said that it was right in front of you that he went off the track.
I don't remember. So how all this went down is we had two Moto 2. They had Moto 2 edition.
Yeah.
675s. So we were running those, or maybe they were they're Daytona Moto 2 editions. So I actually prepped them, put body work on them. Dave helped. He told me what we needed to do here and there. We didn't have a lot of time to do them, and so he was prepping bikes on his end. I was prepping the two bikes for KJ. KJ Appa. He was running the one bike, and they had another. So Eric Dane was riding the other bike. The one Cutler was, he prepped, and so basically there was one day. It was really cool, but they wanted some like pretty fast scenes. You know what I'm saying? They wanted a couple of racers. I was approached to kind of stunt double for Eric Dane, and they asked me if I knew anybody. I told them Brandon Posh, for KJ, because you're trying to think of somebody's size and this and the other.
Yeah.
So long story short, they bring us in, and we actually doubled for one day with KJ and Eric Dane. So we went out, and one of the bikes, so I mentioned Michael Barnes. They put the red and white bodywork on Michael Barnes's Daytona 200 winning bike.
Yep.
Put me on
Something
it.
Dave and I were talking about.
Yeah. And I went out, and man, we went out 80%, and just, we were doing stuff that racing moves that, pretty intense.
Yeah.
And he may have almost run. I don't remember him really running off. It may have been, and like I said, it was a long shoot because, we did this for several weeks. And
and it's the middle of summer, too.
It was hot.
Yeah.
Dave almost fell out with heat stroke. Everybody was like heat stroking out. And so Brandon and I went out and did some pretty gnarly, race scenes. And the last race you see in the actual movie is Brandon and I, for the most part, until, I don't want to run it if nobody's seen it, but when one of the bikes goes down, that was Bill. Bill went down, and they did a real cool stunt.
With the bike flipping and stuff. Yeah.
So,
Kelly talked about it on the show with Opie when he called in.
Right.
We talked for an hour about how just the different things and the wires that were involved to make the bike.
It was
flip.
so. I'd never been around stuff like that, and it was really cool to see how, things are done in the movies.
Yeah.
And the experience was unbelievable. I mean, it's to be around a ton of racers that I knew, and because they brought a bunch of racers in from when we were racing back in the day, and
It's almost like a reunion, right?
it
You
was.
get to hang out with your buddies. You're making a movie. You're like,
Right.
what? Yeah.
So, it was a cool experience. So I don't really remember that though. I'm not sure on the.
It's funny because I felt like it was almost like a core memory from him, just to be like, oh, he almost went down, and then he was pissed, and then we had to explain to him, you're on a kind of stock bike. This is not. This is the movie. This is not a race bike.
But it had Olin suspension. Now it's not the top Olin suspension, but it probably is not.
Your brother probably put it together.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's not that good.
Yeah, it sucked. But I mean, and like Dave was saying, it wasn't dialed in for his weight and this that, and the other. But
that was one of the things Dave wanted to get across. He's like, I don't want it to come off like I'm dissing Posh, and I'm like, no, it's just more of a like what he thought.
Yeah.
Was what he had is not what it is, because that's not what you need for a movie. You don't need a full-on race bike for a movie.
Yeah.
Even though you guys, I mean, he told me you guys were running 140, 160 in some scenes. Like you were at speed in some scenes. So
it was cool. And then there's one scene where I'm going down the straightaway on the back straightaway, and I hit the kill switch on the other guy's bike, and that really people used to do that back in the day. I mean, just to screw with people.
No, I've done it to friends of mine while we're riding and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever taken the key out of the bike and threw it?
I didn't do that, but I've turned the key off on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had people turn the key and throw it. Yeah.
Is that like part of the Swan School?
Maybe. No, we didn't throw keys then, but it was fun. So.
All right, so I wasn't sure if you had any other stories that you wanted to hit on with One Fast Move or Opie, Kelly, Dave, Michael, any of that kind of stuff.
I still keep in touch with some of the guys from the movie, like Kelly, and there's John Cooper. He was John Cooper did some stuff with. There's his name. He was a helicopter guy, Rudy. I still, I've kind of kept in touch with him. I hadn't talked to him in a while though, but I mean, there's some people. So I'm not in the movie business all the time. So you think you get real close to people in movies, you start talking to them and everything, and then the movie's over and it's like, oh, see ya.
Yeah.
They're kind of they're on to their next
project.
thing.
Yep.
And you're really not. You thought maybe we'd carry on a friendship afterwards, and it's like, huh, okay.
I get it, because like I used to move with what I do, like shop to shop. It was like 9 months, year and a half, and you develop these good relationships, and it's like I'm shipped to the next shop, and then you kind of lose touch with them.
Yeah.
But you honestly, like, if you were to see them today,
oh yeah,
be just like you never lost touch.
Well, like when we did the ride with Norman show, and
Who was the last guest on?
I can't take that. Non-disclosure. No, dude, I'm tired. It's freaking almost.
I know.
11 o'clock.
I'm about to release you, old man. Relax. I only got a few more things I really want to hit on. We're gonna hit on the tactic next, and I already actually got through a bunch of things earlier. So
okay,
we're about to we're winding down.
I'm having fun though.
Yeah, good.
We could go another couple hours. I'm just kidding. If
I'm
you got
fine.
Red
Hey,
Bull.
Opie, you talk about how competitive. Opie's ended up being 4.5 hours. So
seriously,
yeah.
I'm not going.
Oh, I guess Opie's gonna outdo you then. That's fine.
Yeah, but I won the last race.
He was also 20 minutes late.
Oh, did he tell you about the last race we had? So I beat him the first race.
Yeah, so the first race you beat him.
Yeah.
So tell me, why don't you tell me, since Opie decided not to come today?
Can we roast him?
Yeah, roast away.
So first ever race beat him. We show up at Road Atlanta in 2011. He's on his GS6R 1000. He's rolling in practice. I show up on a BMW 1000, and he's
That's
like,
a bad bike.
Well, I was racing the Honda and the BMW the same weekend, and he's like, which one you racing in the last race? I'm like, I'm gonna race the Honda. He's like, oh, okay, because the Honda didn't have the top end at the BMW. I show up on the line on the 1000, the Beamer. So we went battle tooth and nail. I mean, we were passing each other.
Which track was this?
Road Atlanta.
Okay, I thought this
at the Grand National Finals.
Yep.
We get down to the last lap, and every time down the back straightaway, I would go up the inside, like I'd go to his right, show him a wheel every lap, and he'd outbrake me into 10. Well, I'm sitting there going, I'm gonna get his ass on this one. I went to the left the last lap and came up under. He didn't expect it, and I beat him to the line by 0.1. 0.1 of a second. And
so your first race you beat him, and
the
your last race you beat him.
Yeah, and he can't ever do anything about that.
Yeah.
I mean, he can talk all he wants, you know. So me and Opie, we've had some like travel stories. I don't know if I didn't listen to the whole thing, but yeah, when we were working at Marmo together, this would piss him off, and I hope he's listening. So me and Jesse Nunn worked up there, and so Opie would go in before anybody else would.
Now, is this the old Marmo that
old Marmo
ended up being the O'Reillys before he
yes,
sold and got Highland Park?
Yes.
Okay.
So Opie'd go in early in the morning, and he would wipe his bike down, just, I mean, clean as a whistle. We'd walk by, fingerprints straight on his windshield. Oh my God, that would piss him off so bad. And we just screwed with him because we could. Because I will say he has been one of the most, I don't know if it's OCD or what, but he is just like, he was really prepared when he went to the races. He was really prepared when he did this. I mean, you know, and I'm gonna throw.
He's OCD.
He is.
Sure.
So listen, I'm gonna tell you and I hope he's listening. A Jackass movie did to me. You want a Jackass move?
Sure.
I love Opie to death. We're at Carolina Motorsports Park. We're in the Marmo truck. We're changing tires. We're selling parts, you know, for Paul, and we've got 750 Superstock race coming up, a national 750 Superstock. I'm in leathers, changing the tire. What's Opie doing? He's in his leathers over here drinking the water, you know, not getting hot, you know, doing this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, you jackass. You know, I'm in there working my tail off in the heat. And so, I mean, I just had to throw him under the bus on that one because, I mean, he just was like, just chilling out. And he went out and won the race. You know, I might have finished second. I don't know, second or third. But it's because I was tired from changing the tire. Thanks, Ope. Appreciate you. But nah, Ope, he's a good dude. And he's a bad bicycle rider, too.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen him on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty impressive for an old guy.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that's all I'm going to...
I would screw with Opie, too. He'd be doing an engine build. I'd drop an extra bolt in this thing. So he'd get it all together and be like, and then start taking it apart. I felt kind of bad one time, but...
Well,
you know.
one thing that we did one time, and I can't remember if it worked out. I think it worked out pretty good. He's on the dyno running a bike. And,
the wrench?
Yeah. Went back there. And he shut it off. Thinks he blew his motor up or something. But anyway. So, anyway. Opie, I'm tired and I'm not going to roast you anymore. So,
yeah.
There you go.
All right. So we got one other sponsor plug to play. Okay. And I do my tech tips. So I hope you've thought of something. Because... you're gonna laugh at my tech tip.
What's your tech tip?
Well, it's a video.
Okay.
I'll record one and do it. So here we go.
Now it's time for some awesome tech tips.
Transform your comfort with Innovative Mechanical LLC, specializing in HVAC service for residential and commercial properties. They provide expert installation, maintenance, and repair. Their certified technicians ensure top-notch service, whether it's air conditioning, heating systems, or indoor air quality solutions. Serving Georgia since 1999, they prioritize customer satisfaction with prompt, reliable service at competitive rates. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, trust Innovative Mechanical LLC for all your HVAC needs. Give them a call at 770-726-7407 or visit innovativemechanical.llc.com to schedule service and experience unparalleled comfort today.
Got a little tech tip for you. When you're letting your ramp down, make sure all your stuff is out from underneath it. Exhibit A. I've had this thing for like 15 years. It's gone. All because I didn't pay attention that it was sitting right there. Well, it was under there. So there's a tech tip. Don't be an idiot like my ass.
Yeah, dude, I was very bummed to have lost that ratio right. I've had it for a long time.
Yeah, it looked
And
like
I
it's
just-
in the 80s or
yeah,
something.
it was literally. I looked down and
Mhm.
went, no, like slow, and like there was no way I was gonna save it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're lowering your lift, I said ramp, but it's a lift.
Yeah.
So
So I've got 2 tech tips in since
All right.
because I've done stupid like that before. My tech tip for the ramp is I had always check underneath, like you said, but I had one of the roll around stools.
Okay.
And it was up underneath there. And when it went down, I look and the bike's it's almost tipped over the whole thing because it didn't flex.
Yeah.
That thing almost went up on the side. And I'm like, oh my God. So I hit it real quick. And so
got it back up.
That's one tech tip. One tech tip and this goes for racers or people that work on their bikes or anything. I made a mistake one time. I was down at Jennings. I'm changing my front tire or front wheel out, and some guy comes up talking to me. Well, what did I do? Hey, how's it going? You know, I'm a nice guy, everybody says.
Yeah.
So
according to the text,
according to yeah, people are just being nice. So
you paid them all off. Yeah.
$2.
Triumph did.
Yeah, try. So they came up and talked to me, and I forgot to tighten the left-hand caliper all the way.
Ooh.
I'm on the track, halfway through my session. I go in and I feel something, and I was like, no brakes, and I'm in turn 1. My caliper's dragging the ground, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the first time and only time I've ever done that. So if you're ever working on your bike and somebody comes up, you either stop right there and write down what you're doing, which how many people are going to do that, or you just finish the task. If it's not,
just tell them like, hey, 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
It could save your life or save some. If you're working on somebody else's bike, it could save their life. So that's pretty much, you know, I don't know how, I mean, like things that really stand out, but that one scared me.
Oh, I mean,
it's a GSX-R 1000.
I don't know why. Brakes aren't that important.
No.
So
no, not speaking of brakes, and I didn't even tell you this, but do you ever remember at Barber Motorsports Park, 2 people getting killed at Barber Motorsports Park? It was on a track day right before a race weekend, a weir weekend.
What year?
Probably 2012, 13, somewhere along in there.
I do kind of remember.
Yeah. So I get a phone call, and a guy goes, "Hey, I'm work with so and so law, and we need you. Would you like to be a motorcycle expert witness?" And I'm like, okay. And they get me out to Barber Motorsports Park. I have to watch the videos of all this happening. Like, have cameras everywhere on the track. So I'm watching these 2 people, a corner worker come out, and this lady get killed. Didn't really look like anything, but they both died. I had to watch it, and I had to go on a bike just like hers and do brake test and everything, and testify in court. And I've done that twice. I've for that case, and then I got hired on a case. This was a funny one. It's not really funny. It's funny for me. So the accident reconstruction guy gets a GSX-R 1000 like this guy was on that got paralyzed. I had to do brake test. Well, they said, try the brakes out in a parking lot in Marietta, and I'm trying them out. And dude, I grabbed the brakes. And next thing I know, the bike's on top of me. I'm in leathers. The bike had grabbed so hard. I mean, I was just doing a little brake test, and it flipped over on top of me. And next thing I know, I've got a 1000 on top. And they're like, I know they're thinking, oh my God, what is this dude doing? Like, he just flipped the bike over on him. But yeah, I was involved in 2 court cases. One won and they lost one. So
what?
Yeah. So that's, if you want nerve wracking, go get on the stand and have, I'm not going to name the manufacturer, and the other manufacturer just drilling you in front of a panel of,
yeah.
But the last court case we won, and it took 4 times. 4 times because it was a hung jury. It was, what was it like? They did 4 different cases, had to try it 4 times. And man, it just got to where, oh my God, we're not going to win this thing. And it was a cut and dry case. I mean, he should have won a long time ago. But anyway, I've gone through a lot of stuff, man. It's been pretty good. And I mean, wouldn't take anything for it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take anything for all the pain that I go through some days.
Ugly looking pinky.
Yeah, that one. But man, it's.
Well, I mean, one of the last pictures. I mean, we've kind of hit all the questions. I know it's past your bedtime. There's 2 other things that I want to hit on, really. And if there's any other stories you want to bring them up too. But as I'm scrolling through your Instagram, it'll kind of group some pictures together.
Mm-hmm.
And for this one, don't look yet. Let me make sure. Oh, it's good size. All right. So what the hell is going on here? We got, all right. So if we start at the bottom right, if we're looking at the bottom right, you had a hand sandwich. You rode your dirt bike. You crashed your dirt bike and broke your leg. And then you were in the hospital. And then we go to the top right. You had to have some surgery. You got some drugs. You shared those drugs with your dog. And then you went and got Japanese.
That dog's dead, by the way.
But is that the storyline that I picked up from this picture grouping?
So we're at Thanksgiving in North Carolina. They have the Ag Center. You remember they used to race a little Ag Center arena crosses?
Oh yeah.
So I get the KX 450. Brad throws front and rear Olin's full suspension on it. First practice out. I go do. I went around 1 lap. Went around to do the finish line double. I cased it. Broke my tibia, and I didn't. So the break on the fibula was from road racing. I never had anything. It still broke.
So that's
still broke.
Yeah.
No, that's not. That's that's screwed. Yeah, screwed together. And so yeah, I broke my leg. That's me going into surgery. Out of surgery, I gave the dog the drugs, like you said, and then I took the dog and gave it to the Japanese restaurant down the road. So, look, I didn't think you were going to piece that together, but golly. I don't know how I'm going to explain this one now, because my daughter thought she just went to go to heaven.
Okay. I'm usually really good at being a smart ass, and but I was not.
So everybody, Bella's a mill on the left. Don't tell PETA. Jesus, you're getting me in trouble.
That was, people eating tasty animals.
No. Yeah, she was a good meal.
So is that part of is that the other pictures part of that, or was that a different one?
That's a different one. I can't remember what happened there. I jabbed something in that. I don't remember that one. I mean, I remember it, but I don't remember what happened.
I just wasn't sure if that was like a Norman Reedus hit you with it.
That is real. That's not AI, because that's way before AI.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that is a little piece of tendon, the little white piece right there. That's people are probably.
Oh, it's tasty.
Yeah, people are probably hacking on the other line right now.
No. So, all right.
Yeah.
I pretty much hit on all the points that I mainly wanted to hit on. Any other stories that you want to touch on or things that you want to share before I hit my final one?
I really can't. I mean, man, we've talked about so much. One thing I do want to say is kind of through my racing when I retired. So I did it's kind of funny. People ask how I did a lot of the stuff I did. At one time I had 3 jobs. I was racing and mentoring, doing that with Garrett Gerloff and all that. Jason DeSalvo and I started the school together. We came up and did 4 years of the school. And in the meantime, I was contracting with Triumph Motorcycles and doing the stuff. I've been with them for 13 years. So I'm still with Triumph. And I'm going to get a shout out to, you've heard of Pops Coffee? It's in Roswell. It's Roswell Triumph, but it's also a coffee shop.
Yeah.
You need to go to Pops Coffee because
I don't drink coffee.
Okay,
so I don't
they've got good food. They got great food. I take care of all their bikes. They send all their Triumphs to, they ship them to me. through the from the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep them. I'll PDI them. So they've got
I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
Though my dad owned a Honda shop when I was younger.
Okay.
At 10.
Yeah.
That's what I had to do. So you currently have my 10-year-old job.
Nice.
So
you know what? I like it. I love it. But they just opened a BMW shop too, right next door. So if you get a chance, go. I went there at 8 this morning. So just go give Pops a
part of your 2 hours that you had to work today, according to Scott.
2 hours. Yeah. So it's and I'm going to do a shameless plug here because I'm getting into something different. I'm still going to be doing the same stuff with Pops, or with Triumph and Triumph the Roswell, but I'm also about to become an Olin service center.
Oh,
I'm going to start doing suspension for road racing, street, motocross. Brad is actually my brother's going to train me.
Yeah, I was going to say that's weird that you're getting into that because you don't that's so out of the blue, right?
Well,
you don't really have a lot of connections with Olin, so that's weird.
I know.
That you
I saw it online, and it's gold. It's like Josh Hayes' commercial. Have you seen that where he goes, "I like gold," and I'm like,
kind of.
Yeah.
I do remember it vaguely.
So so I'm gonna be doing 3 things again. But no, the whole Triumph thing's been a huge part of my life and blessing, and it's been great. So I don't
good.
And I could sit here and tell you stories.
That's what we're here for.
But and I don't want to bore you.
It's past your bedtime. It's 10:04. All right, so then I'm going to hit you with my final one. And this ties in really well with you being so close to Triumph. What the hell do I have to do to get them to make a 350? Because I told you I rode my buddy Chris Turner's 250, in which I want to ride your 450 because I think that'll be a good. We need to link up at a track sometime.
Yeah,
Big Springs or something like that. But I feel if they will make a 350, they're going to hurt KTM, especially if you look at how well those boys are doing in the 250 class right now. It's impressive. It really, and I try not to talk so much on the show about current stuff. That's what all those other podcasts do.
Right.
I'm here for the stories, but it's impressive to see that. And I know if they make an aluminum frame that's not KTM, with that strong of a motor that handles that well with KYB, dude, they're going to hurt KTM. And right now is kind of a time to hurt them.
Yeah.
And I know they're not ready for it yet with a 450, but we got to do.
I don't know. So with me contracting with Triumph, I get information probably after the customers get them. Like it's,
and I know that. And I'm just saying that more to be a smartass because there was a huge video for my show that actually took off for about Yamaha making the 350. It got like 20,000 views. And dude, if Triumph could somehow commit to hey, 4 years from now, we're planning to make one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it would blow up.
It's, I wouldn't say it's not possible because,
it's possible.
Right. But, with people saying, people say Triumph's, a KTM or it's this, that, and the other. Those guys with Ricky and Ivan Tedesco and a lot of other people, they built this thing. They built it from the ground up. I don't care what anybody says, well, it looks like this. It looks like I've ridden KTM. I've ridden all the dirt bikes pretty much.
It feels amazing.
It feels amazing. And the power delivery is just linear. It's smooth. And they've done their homework and they're getting better and better. You can look at the results.
Yeah.
Swole is, he had a tip over this past week, but he's leading the race. They're all, Hurup is over from Europe this year and
Harup.
Hurry up. But I've been down to the race facility and, it's top notch. They're doing their homework. They get Jeremy Coker down there now.
Yep.
Working.
No, everything it's really impressive for how quick it's happened.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, they want to talk about sales. And one of the funny things is the Japanese brands are like, oh, we don't want to make a 350 because it's going to take away sales from our 450.
Right.
Yeah, it might. But you know what also you're going to take away from? KTM's 350 sales.
Right.
That's untapped.
Well,
they're the only ones that make it. So if somebody else would make it, it's aluminum frame that offers the same delivery.
Yeah.
With the KYB, dude, it's It's gonna be unstoppable.
So one thing about Triumph too is they've had Ricky helping develop it, but they've got somebody that's kind of behind the scenes, and I don't know exactly. I've started to get kind of close to this guy, and he's just a super nice, one of the best guys you'll meet. And I got to spend 2 weeks with him down at the facility. Is Jeff Stanton, and Stanton has a lot. He has, I think, behind the scenes, I don't know how much, but he has a lot of knowledge and stuff that he can talk to Triumph about. Which
I don't know why he hasn't done a lot.
No, he's pretty much amateur
like
status.
5-time?
Six time.
Yeah.
Six time.
Yeah,
so I'm actually going to go up, and he's got a adventure school.
Yeah.
Or adventure land. I'm going to go up in September, maybe.
That's a terrible time to be in Michigan. I don't know if you want to do that.
I don't know. I'm still working on that. But him and Fred's his right hand man. They're awesome guys, and that's what I'm saying. Between different people that are really not in the forefront and everything, they're making stuff happen that people don't even realize. They're talking and this and that. They're just working with Triumph. So,
well, I'm saying this because I know this.
Okay.
That these people. Put that in their ear. I'm telling you, it'll be next level.
Well, Rod Puzanak, do you know Rod? He's the CEO of Triumph.
I know.
Rod, you're listening. We need to come out with a 350. It's he's saying on here. So
yeah.
I don't know if Rod. I don't even know if he knows this show's happening tonight.
Wow.
But my voice is running out, and I've never smoked a day in my life, but I feel like I'm smoking.
I mean, old age, 51.
I know.
Motherfucker. No, I'm so glad to have you on, man. Like it was funny. Like you said, it was this weird, creepy guy ran up to you. Are you Brian Stokes? And then we got the BSing. But no, I feel like we've known each other for a long time now already. So
absolutely.
We'll wrap up. I'll play one of my son's stories. I haven't got one from him in a while. I've missed a few shows, so I got one from him and just said, "Hey, man, I haven't had a story from you for a while," and just said, "Run with it." He's pretty funny. I'll give him that. I don't know where he gets it from. Definitely not me.
No, definitely not.
So we'll do that. Then we'll play our outro. We'll be back in 2 weeks, maybe next week, actually. There was a show where I did a few weeks back, and YouTube took it down. I was really pissed off about it.
They have some risque stuff in it?
No, guns.
Oh, guns.
We had guns on the show.
And they took it out?
They took it out. Yeah.
Democrats.
Okay. Hey, we don't talk about that on the show.
What? Huh?
All right. So, like I said, thanks for coming on. If anybody else has good stories to send in, send me a voicemail, send me a message, tell it. And we're going to end this one right now with Frankie's poop story. Frankie's our dog, our Boston Terrier dog.
Okay. Is he kangarooing in the front yard? No.
Well, he's a she.
Oh, he's a she. Okay.
B, I haven't had a story from you in a while about you and Frankie riding a motorcycle. Which one do you want to give? Dirt bike, street bike, touring? Give me a story.
A dirt bike.
Alright. So you're going to start out with Once Upon a Time?
Yeah.
Hit it.
Once upon a time, me and Frankie were riding on a dirt bike on the dirt bike track, and Frankie started to have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, no.
And she had to go poop, so she just pooped on the track, and the other rider behind us slipped in it.
What did the other rider say when he crashed?
He said, "Oh, man, that dog should have pooped."
And anything else? Did you win the race because of that?
Yeah. Me and Pegasus won.
Great story, bud.
You wanna talk about a leap of faith? A half-cocked shot right in the darkness. Flip cups and rolling dice. We gave no fucks, now who thinks twice, yeah. And when this world turned slower, felt like it was trying to shake us. Held on to what we knew. It could try joke that's taken too far.